biggest L out of Look how far I came, dog. I ain't had no guidance. I just did my thing, dog. I just went my hardest. And I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah, I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah. Rented my check, I rent on my bag, I did what I did. Yeah. Rented my check, I rent on my bag, I did what I did. Yeah. And how good they judge me, oh. But they don't know. Look at what I did, look at what I started. Look how far I came, dog. I ain't had no guidance. I just did my thing, dog. I just went my hardest. And I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah, I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah. Rented my check, I rent on my bag, I did what I did. Yeah. Rented my check, I rent on my bag, I did what I did. Yeah. And how good they judge me, oh. But they don't know.
Setting Dylan Gabriel up.
Look how far I came, dog. I ain't had no guidance. I just did my thing, dog. I just went my hardest. And I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah, I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah. Rented my check, I rent on my bag, I did what I did. Yeah. Rented my check, I rent on my bag, I did what I did. Yeah. And how good they judge me, oh. But they don't know.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, good morning. How y'all feeling? How y'all feeling? Let me get up on the screen. Let me get up on the screen. There we go. There we go. There we go. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning. Make sure my sound is good. Then we're going to get this thing ready. Do my little quick sound check on this end. Y'all know I'm paranoid about the sound. Y'all know I'm paranoid about the sound. All right, sound is good. There we go. Solid. We are ready. The sound is good. Shout out to everybody that's here already. Hit that like button on the way in, everybody. Hit that like button on the way in. Let's get these greetings in order. Let's go to the top of the chat. All right. C.A. Anderson, good morning. How you feeling today? Got something for you. Let me get this right. Let me get this right. We're going to do a trial run.
Foolishness.
Let's run that back. Let me start about right here for you. Let me start about here for you.
Foolishness.
Foolishness. Foolishness. I'm going to get that clipped up and ready to go for you, C.A. Anderson. Good morning, D, and everyone. Hump Day, Seattle is here. Seattle's in the building. TK, good morning. How you feeling? Good morning, Black Pearl.
I don't think he went to school nowhere. If he went to school, he didn't learn nothing.
Good morning, Latika. He ain't learned nothing. Selmo Fudd. Top of the morning.
Here we go, Brownies. Here we go. Woo, woo.
Key Mathis. Good morning. Hey, happy Wednesday, everybody. Key Mathis, I've been laughing at when you said all my life I had to fight. I've been laughing at that for 2 days. That was hilarious. When you were talking about Bubba Ventrone, I cannot get over that. I've been laughing at that for 2 days. So shout out to you, Key Mathis. I appreciate you. Also, the stream the other day, Key Mathis, I want to say thank you again for hitting the Cash App. I appreciate you. So shout out to Key Mathis, offering up some laughs that's been keeping me laughing for 2 days. C. Brown Run, good morning. How you feeling today? Good morning, Maya. How you feeling? Good morning, Tracina. It's been a while. I haven't seen you in a couple streams. Hopefully everything is going well on your end. Good morning, Felix. Good morning. That's right, Key Mathis. Coming in celebrating. When you say Shedeur's bio, make sure you mention Pro Bowl. Please and thank you. Please and thank you. Talk to him early, Key Mathis. Talk to him early. Good morning, 1006 from Chicago. Hopefully it's warming up there for you. It's getting a little bit warmer down here in North Carolina. Hopefully it's warming up up there in Chicago. Keep back to say shout out to the part-time bot. Yeah, the part-time bot. He be lost for weeks at a time. Weeks at a time. Beast, what's going on? The haters are big mad about this Pro Bowl selection. They still mad today. Cry about it. We're gonna have some fun with it, y'all. We're gonna have some fun with it. A.M. Williams, good morning. Also, A.M. Williams, I saw you were watching back. What day is it? Today's Wednesday. You were watching back Monday's stream. So I definitely saw your comments on that stream. I appreciate you always tapping in and leaving your thoughts. So shout out to you, A.M. Williams. CL7 111, what is going on? Good morning. I appreciate that, TK. Good morning, TK. Also, you said the sound is good. I appreciate you. Thank you. Key Mathis. It is a great day. It's a great day. And it's funny how when we complain about the writers and the narratives that they put out there about Shedeur, they get mad when those same writers don't let Bill Belichick into the Hall of Fame as a first ballot. So do y'all agree with the writers when they wrote the trash about Shedeur and not agree with them when they are holding grudges against Belichick from putting them in the Hall of Fame? Hey, these are the questions. Somebody got to ask the questions. Detroit Gemini, good morning. How you feeling? Yes, buddy, you got it. I love it, D. I got you, C.A. Anderson. I got you. Definitely hit that like button on the way in, y'all. Hit the like button on the way in. Where do we leave off? R Jizzle, what's going on? Good morning, R Jizzle. R Jizzle, you are so funny. I'm still thinking about what you said in the stream on Monday. Still laughing at that. Just hilarious, man. Just hilarious. Shout out to R Jizzle. Stay safe out there. I know you're an essential worker. So while you're out there working, stay safe out there, man. Tracina, yes, just working, and thank you for being concerned. Yeah, I try to pay attention. You know, if you pop up in the chat, you comment, and then I don't see you for a while, it's always good when y'all come back and I actually, see y'all again. So shout out to you. Just getting to it. Nothing wrong with getting to it. Nothing wrong with it. Maya, we getting snow this weekend again? I don't want no more snow. I'm in North Carolina too. I don't want no more snow. I'm done with the snow. Princess Premier, top of the morning. How you feeling? Good morning, Loretta. If y'all don't know, Loretta is the author, not the author, or she is the one who named Jerry Judy Janky. So Loretta's name is going to live on forever, y'all. It's going to live on forever in this chat because she hit us with that. I appreciate you, A.M. Williams. It's 8 degrees with -8 wind chill in Chi-Town. Man, oh, man. That just hurts. I like my bones. I'm cold just by reading that. So stay safe, stay warm out there. Stay warm out there. Cedric, what's going on? How you feeling, man? How you feeling?
You about to lose your job. You about to lose your job.
Everybody stay on that side when they switched up. You switched up, stay on that side, man.
Stay on that side. Good morning, Marie. How you feeling today? How are you feeling? Hopefully you're feeling good. Doing well down there in Texas. Hopefully you're feeling good. The fake outrage about Shedeur's Pro Bowl had me in stitches yesterday. I hope y'all ready to laugh. I hope y'all ready to laugh today because we're going to have fun with it. Doggy Bone, what's going on? Good morning. They some workers. We some workaholics. Let's get it. Good morning, Charmaine. The hardest working woman in Ohio. How you feeling today? The NFL had Shedeur fall to the 5th round and let him in the Pro Bowl. Is he really a 5th round pick? Beast, questions that need answers. Questions that need answers. We need answers. Do y'all believe in the NFL? Do y'all believe in how they viewed him previously? Are you willing to change how they view him now? These are the questions. These are the questions. Shout out to you, R. Jizzle. Asante, what's going on, man? How you feeling out there? How you feeling out there? Definitely, y'all stay safe out there. Y'all stay safe. This weather is something else that we going through right now, but y'all stay safe. Y'all stay safe out there. Just cleaned my car off this past weekend. Yeah, I just didn't move my car. I left it sitting the whole weekend. It's just Maya. And Loretta is the MVP for she dropped that bar when she came in here the first time. Get those haters some smelling salts. They need paramedics. They need help. They need some help. If you could check out the song 12 Stayed. I think that's the song that I think we got it in Patreon. I don't know if I can play it on here, but I think that's the song that C.A. Anderson shared with us on Patreon. It might be, but I'm gonna check it out. Ann Williams been so proud of Shedeur. Definitely proud of Shedeur. Black Pearl starting this thing off early. Starting it off early.
Oh my God! Wow! I got money.
Black Pearl got something to say early. Shout out to Black Pearl being active on Patreon. Always having great things to say. Great perspective. What's Black Pearl had to say this morning? D, the haters are mad about Shedeur making the Pro Bowl because of his stats. But where was the outrage when Drake May was named Pro Bowl as a replacement of Lamar? He was 3 wins, 9 losses. Shaking my head. Also, when we get to Joe Hayden is actually going to give us Snoop Huntley stats when he made the Pro Bowl, and there wasn't any outrage. So, you know we're going to get to it. They're just mad to be mad. That's all it is. Mad to be mad. Good morning, Jackie. How you feeling today? The NFL was making up what they did to Shedeur Sanders, like ref do makeup calls for reals. They realized, man, he better. He get eyes. He has interest. He has support. We could definitely use the support in the Pro Bowl. They using the dollar signs. When I remember I said Shannon Sharp didn't know what he's talking about from a business standpoint. It wouldn't make sense to get rid of Shedeur. And I was like, just look at the moves and look at how the interest in Shedeur. Well, look at the interest in Shedeur. The NFL agree with me. So he's a Pro Bowler, and they know that he can save the Pro Bowl viewership. I guarantee y'all, if any person has looked at the Pro Bowl the last 7 years, this is going to be the highest rated Pro Bowl. It's going to top all those. I'm willing to bet anything early. Pro Bowl is February the 3rd. Watch it happen. Watch it happen. Did they find a coach? They didn't find a coach yet. They're down to 3. It's down to Jim Swartz, Todd Monken, and Nate Shieldhouse. They haven't decided yet, though. He is going to be in the NFL history books 2 years in a row and counting. He is. It's funny. They want to say the NFL said he a 5th rounder, but the NFL said this is a Pro Bowler. Now it's a joke with these people. For real. They got a conundrum. The same people they want us to listen to, now they want us to not listen to. Hey, they flip-flopping. They all over the place. Which one is it? Do we believe them or do we not? It's just Maya, and he has talent. He definitely has talent. Definitely has talent. All good, Jackie. No problem. Glad to have you as always. Glad to have you. Sassy Sagittarius. Good morning. Pro Bowl was NFL apology. Peace offer. Would you take this peace offering? Would you take this peace offering? This Pro Bowl selection, please. We made a mistake. We tarnished your name. We tried to mess up your image. Just saying. I've been having the time of my life laughing at the haters. I tell them to cry harder. That's right. Hey, y'all. A lot of people was like this. Hey, long nights. They've been crying for 2 nights. I had no intention of watching that flag football game until Shedeur selected. Facts. Yes, I agree. Everybody going to be watching. That's why they got Shedeur, so they can get the numbers up. For real. Hey, save us, Shedeur. D, I second that bet. For real. It's going to top the last 7 years. People will see. If you look at the numbers is way down. Way down. I'm definitely watching the Pro Bowl. I haven't watched it in years, but this year somebody point me in the direction of Skip House. I'll pull it up to his party. You know, Skip is going to enjoy that thing. Enjoy it. Michael Vick is going to be the Pro Bowl offensive coordinator for AFC. NFC coaches for the Pro Bowl are all brothers. That's what's up because, Michael Vick is very close with Shedeur. So that's what's up. I didn't even get to that part yet where I looked into who was going to be coaching. Jackie, the hate is real. I'm watching the Pro Bowl this year. If Shedeur in it, I'm going to be there. How many views do you think the Pro Bowl going to get? The Pro Bowl has been getting around 3 and 6 million views. It's topping 10 million easy. Ty got the job. Princess Premier, are you serious? Ty Monken? Hold on. Out of all the people. No. Oh my goodness. What? Oh no. Oh no. Oh, this nasty, y'all. This nasty. Hey, I'm talking about the haters. I'm in shambles right now. This is nasty work, y'all. What? Oh no. Oh no. All right. That's nasty work, y'all. This is nasty. Ugh. Oh no. Oh no. Nasty work, y'all. Nasty work. Maybe. Oh shucks. Oh no. I don't like it. Oh no. Let me let me pull this up for y'all. Oh shucks. Hey, good thing I got the haters to laugh at because I don't like this. Good thing I got the haters to laugh at. Let me get this up for y'all and we're going to get this thing rocking. Oh my goodness. I need this positivity from you, Cedric. I need this. All right, I'm going to pull it up in a second, y'all. Oh man, I don't like it. All good. We'll catch you when you come back, Princess Premier.
Oh my God! Wow! I got money.
Shout out to Zedric. You've been holding it down for a while. You've been holding it down for a while. I appreciate you. You signed up for the Patreon early. I appreciate you. You've been a big time supporter ever since, I think, right after the preseason game versus Carolina Panthers. So shout out to you. I appreciate you. People should look at this as motivation for Shedeur to get through his work over the next few months. It's a precursor for what's soon to come. I agree with that. Shedeur's gonna have a big year. CU's gonna have a big year. I'm excited for it. Man, oh man. Zedric, I need that positivity. Fam, I need that positivity right now. I got to refocus. Let me pull it up. I got it right here for y'all. We definitely going to need our motivation today, y'all. We going to need our motivation. We're going to need our good stories. We're going to need it today. Also, good morning, Wet 11s. Good morning, Wet 11s. All right, right here, y'all. Breaking news. Cleveland Browns hire Ty Monken as the new head coach. Tessa, what's going on?
Well.
All right. Ty Monken, he had good offenses the last 2 years in Baltimore, but this past season he had a rocky relationship with the players on the offensive side of the ball. They didn't like some of the stuff he did, so we're gonna have to see what's going on. I'll tell you, this is my thing. The older coach kind of set in their ways. Those are the coaches I'm hesitant to get behind because I want a coach that's gonna be flexible. Well, I guess my new project is I'll be breaking down a lot of the film from the Baltimore Ravens offense and seeing what they did to see what type of offensive system he runs, how they run the ball. But they just made some mistakes this year. You know, they would move off the run too fast. Derrick Henry would be balling and they would stop running him. So I gotta look into it. My first thoughts, off the top of my head, my initial reaction is I don't like it. I just got to tell you what I feel. Initial reaction, I don't like it. Not because not from a impact on Shedeur thing, but they had so much talent there. They had so much talent in Baltimore, and their offense just didn't produce the way it should have produced. It didn't produce the way it should produce. So I'm going to do some research and let y'all know. I'm going to do it and let y'all know. Okay. All right, Ty Monken, that's the breaking news. Let's start this thing off right because we definitely need it today. We need it today, y'all. Here we go. Denzel Washington is my favorite actor. I need some words from Denzel right now. This is Denzel talking about the difference between color and culture. Ivy League Mac, what's going on? How you feeling? Let's get to it.
It's not color, it's culture.
Explain the difference, because I think we're in
Steven
a space
Spielberg
right
did Schindler's List.
Mm-hmm.
Martin Scorsese did Goodfellas, right? Steven Spielberg could direct Goodfellas. Martin Scorsese probably could have done a good job with Schindler's List, but they're cultural differences. You know, I know, you know, we all know what it is when a hot comb hits your hair on a Sunday morning, what it smells like.
Huh?
That's a cultural difference, not just the color difference.
Right.
So it's the culture.
You know about a hot comb? Sanaya?
She don't know about no hot comb.
This is even more fitting. This is Denzel Washington talking about how somebody could do a good job at something, but just having that understanding of the culture helps you take it to a different level. So I definitely needed to see and hear this today. I definitely needed to see and hear this one today because I didn't think it was serious for Ty Monken to be in the running. I got to look at his offensive system, look at his scheme. Just my initial reaction is I don't know about him. I don't have a good feeling. Not based on like he won't like Shedeur or any of that stuff, but I just don't know how consistent he'll be because that was a big knock on the Baltimore Ravens. He would not stick to the run game. He will move off the run too fast. Very similar stuff that happened with Kevin Stefanski. So those are the reasons why I'm feeling this way. Just initially. So I'm going to look into him some more. I'm going to break down the film. I'm going to see if he has a good, run scheme. We're going to see what he's doing. We're going to see what he's about. But that definitely threw me off. I got some more from Denzel. I got more because I need to resettle myself today. Here we go.
Think of all the fake news that it affects.
If you don't read the newspaper, you're uninformed. If you do read it, you're misinformed.
So what do you do?
That's a great question. What is the long-term effect of too much information? One of the effects is the need to be first, not even to be true anymore. So what a responsibility you all have to tell the truth, not just to be first, but to tell the truth. We live in a society now where it's just first. Who cares? Get it out there. We don't care who it hurts. We don't care who we destroy. We don't care if it's true. Just say it, sell it. Anything you practice, you'll get good at, including BS.
Denzel, dropping facts. People just want to get things out there first, but you got to be right. Being right is better than being first. So, again, something else I need. You got to be truthful. I told y'all my truthful feelings on Todd Monken. I'm going to look into Todd Monken more. I didn't do a lot of research into Todd Monken because I wasn't sure if they wanted to go that route. But they went that route, and now we're going to deal with it. This is a call to writers, and that's why I even had these Denzel clips ready to show the difference between culture clashes and people blaming it on color or race. And then also I had this Denzel clip about telling the truth and getting it right. So I had these clips ready. I didn't know they was going to mean this much, but they mean even more. Because now we're going to have people backtracking on who they push for head coach, why they were going to be the head coach, what they were going to do. And we all got hit with a curveball because I don't think anybody was realistically looking at Todd Monken as an option. I know I wasn't. I was not looking at Todd Monken as an option. I'm just going to be honest with y'all. Sometimes I can't dance around it, can't sugarcoat it. I got to tell y'all what the facts are. So those are my facts. I don't know what happened to Nate. I don't know if they wanted to put too many restrictions on Nate, and he was like, nah, y'all got to let me pick my staff. I don't want you pushing a coordinator on me. When you have less leverage, you have to take what they give you. When you have leverage, you can always pass up what they try to do. So it's been other coaches, other places who probably wouldn't take certain situations. Look at Kevin Stefanski. This is going to be quick, not a Kevin Stefanski rant, but they picked Kevin Stefanski's defensive coordinator. Other coaches won't put up with that. So that could be one of the setbacks. They're saying, hey, we're gonna bump you up a couple levels, and we're gonna bump you up a couple levels, but we gotta have some control over what you do. Him coming from Sean McVay, he wants full control. They don't give it to him. That could be a stalemate, and you can say, hey, all right, I'm out. You can say, all right, I'm out. So that's what we got for that. Yeah, Denzel talking that talk. You got to be truthful. D-Day mad about Shedeur in the Pro Bowl, but Drake May's stats last year was horrible, and he was there. For real. It's not real. I said something on my ex. And have a good day at work, Tracy. Have a good day. D, I feel the same way. I thought Monken was just a smokescreen. I'm blinded by this one. Yeah, for real. Here's my take. Haslam hired a golden oldie, a former Cleveland coordinator from 2019 Good Old Boys. Jim Schwartz might leave. In that initial report, it was saying Jim Schwartz might stay. I was hoping that the younger brother was going to get a job. I'm right there with you, Maya. Y'all know, and I gave all my reasons why I wanted Nate Shieldhouse. there was news that this head coach realized he's valuable he became, so they started to clamp down on losing him. Man, I don't like to always go the resurface route, the retread route. I'm not the biggest fan. I'm not the biggest fan of that. They were cracking up about this hire on First Take. It don't make sense. I'm going to give him a chance. Everybody deserves a chance. How was his relationship with Marr would be my concern, because the Ravens media is brutal. It came out that he had issues with players on the offensive staff. I'll just say that. And before they got rid of John Harbaugh, he didn't want to fire Todd Monken. So I don't know for certain, but that would lead me to believe the quarterback probably didn't want him. That's what I could take from that. That is what I could take from that. The Monken hire tells me they're rolling with Shedeur. Let's see. I can kind of see that. I can see them rolling with Shedeur with an experienced coach to kind of right the ship. So I'm trying to find positives, y'all. I'm trying to find positives, y'all. I'm trying to.
Broncos country, let's ride. Broncos country, let's ride.
Come to Offtharecorddee, where we gonna read your super chats. Your voice is gonna be heard. Shanithia, what's going on? Good morning. Shanithia, we are trying to work our way through this breaking news of Todd Monken being named the head coach. That's what we were trying to work our way through. Losers lose because they keep looking back, chained to the past, unable to freely walk into a clean slate future. I agree. I think she was talking about or First Take laughing at it, but this is we're gonna change the way this goes. Okay. I do believe Monken can help Shedeur. He had a 2-time MVP. He can at least shut down the media. He's dry like that. Monken has had success with Lamar in Baltimore, so I'll keep an open mind. Yeah, I'm trying to be not all negative about it. Yeah, I'm trying not to be all out. I got to get my words together. I'm trying to be just not flat out negative. But let me see if I can find that clip. All right. I don't think anybody guessed this is who the Browns are going to go with. So that could be the reason for, some of the laughing and stuff like that. But let me see if I can find that clip of First Take. Yeah, it threw me off a little bit right here. Let's see. First Take just started too. Let's look for it, y'all. I don't think they put out any clips yet.
And have the guts to do it. That's number one. Number two.
Thing in Indianapolis with the pump. It's just.
This is the carry.
Fourth one is 107.
I see no value in you.
All right, I'm gonna have to wait till First Take actually releases it, because when you play like from the stream that other people release on First Take, you get a copyright for it. So we're gonna wait and see if we can get that clip later once they release it. First Take themselves are laughing stock, the nerve of them to joke. They also laughed about Darnold. They did. They get it wrong a lot. If Shedeur leaves, I'm going to stand with Shedeur. He does not need another stanky. All right, y'all. Doggy Bone? Doggy Bone. I'm struggling, man. I'm struggling over here. Let's do this, y'all. Let's see if we can see when Todd Monken actually spoke to somebody. Let's see what we getting here, y'all. That's 2 years ago. 13, 6. Doggy Bone, I'm not feeling it. Did y'all see Stephen A. say that Ryan Clark should interview for the Steelers job? Yeah, he tripping. The job that's already filled. D, I'm going to pray on this one. Yeah, we're going to need it for this one. Frankly, I don't think Monken is that bad of an option. It's just that he's not new and flashy. However, he has proven Lamar Jackson's success with him is real. Lamar had success before him and with him, but their offense was an issue this year. And the issue was they would not, even though they averaged the second most yards in rushing, they would get away from the run at key points in games, and their offense would bog down. D, do we still get a new OC, Shieldhouse? We gonna get a new OC, but I don't think it's gonna be Shieldhouse. This tells me Shieldhouse is not leaving LA. This tells me that Shieldhouse is not leaving LA. That's what this tells me. Let's see. I'm trying to find something recent from Todd Monken to just try to get a feel for him. All right, let's see.
How do you respond?
All right, let's get a feel for Todd Monken. Let's work through this. Let's work through this. The show is gonna be a little bit different, but we're gonna work through it. All right, this Todd Monken from a couple months ago. let's see what we got going on. Let's see what we got going on. Shaking my head with this one. However, let's give him a chance like we want Shedeur to get. I'm trying hard to be optimistic. Yeah, I'm fighting for my life right now, y'all. I'm telling you, y'all, I'm fighting for my life.
Fighting for my life. Y'all killing me with this.
I'm fighting for my life on this one, y'all. Fighting for my life. All right. Let's listen to him, his own words, and let's see what we getting, y'all. Let's see what we getting.
Well, first off, there's not one thing John said that we didn't already talk about. Not one thing, So there was nothing about that I hadn't already heard or that he didn't already feel. And one thing I've done throughout my career is that you got to look at what you do. And that's what I've done my whole career is, okay, how did we scheme it? How did we coach it? How do we execute it? How was our plan? All of those things when you go into it. And when it's below the line, you got to own it and fix it. And that's what you do. I mean, that's what we do as human beings, right? That's what I've always done my whole career. It's how I got to where I'm here now. There wasn't anything he said that wasn't, that we hadn't already talked about. So that's what you do. You look at it and you say, okay, was that good enough? I mean, the expectation here is to be elite, and we've been elite. We're going to continue to be elite. But I got to do it better. We got to do it better, and we'll continue to do it better.
You said you guys didn't follow through on your plan to deal with the...
All right, so he seems to talk a little bit more than Stefanski, explaining himself a little bit more than Stefanski. Towards the end, I didn't like that he turned this to Stefanski right there, that we got to do better, he got to do better and all that. I ain't like that part, but I'm trying to give him a chance. So we gonna look at him. We're gonna look at him, and we're gonna give him a clean slate and just try to give him a shot. Try to give him a shot. Monken has proven ability to develop quarterbacks and experience with a balanced run pass attack. I know that's overall how he's viewed Silmo Fudd. My issue would be that in situations in games, I know they were going at his head because he would get off the run when they would be in the lead. They would give up leads, all those things. So I passively paid attention to what was going on in Baltimore this year. Of course, I didn't follow as much as the Browns, but I would just look at how they would lose games and what would happen, and that's usually what it would be. That is a problem that also Kevin Stefanski had. So when you get off the run and you don't believe in it in key moments, that's the part where I'm a little nervous about what he can do. I'm not saying he can't develop. I'm not saying he can't coach. I'm not saying none of that stuff. But those are my first things. But we just gonna look at him. We're gonna see how he sound. We're gonna give him a chance. We're gonna give him a chance. So I'm trying to do my best to understand who he is and not just go based off other things. At least Monken can help build a good offense. He knows what one looks like. I will give you that. He does. D, I can't take another Stefanski. Hopefully he's not that. We're going to see. Thanks, D. I'm glad we're exploring him live. I appreciate your flexibility. Yeah, sometimes stuff is big enough where you gotta shift a little bit. Let's wait and see who the OC will be. I want to see that as well. I want to know, is he going to call plays? Is he going to have somebody working under him? Is like the OC that actually calls plays? So those are the things I'm going to be looking for. That's what I'm going to be looking for. D, I hope they get someone young for the OC. Yeah, I want somebody creative. All right, D, I'm back. I want to listen to what G had to say. Looks like everyone caught off guard with this hire. Everybody. Nobody. I didn't think he was really in the running, y'all. I didn't think he was really in the running. D, those Atlanta reporters was giving it to Stefanski with the questions. It came on my feed. Yeah, Zedric gave us the rundown in the Patreon, but I was like, I'm not gonna do it. Press conference will tell us what we need to know. This looks like they did this to appease Jim Schwartz. Now, there has been rumblings coming out that people, the young guys who they're coveting, the Udinski, the Shieldhouse, they didn't like the fact that the Browns wanted to pick some of their staff. And I'm perfectly fine with that. When you are in high demand, you determine the rules. So if they want to pick your staff and you're going to be the coach responsible for everything and you say, I can't get with that, then I'm cool. I'm cool with that. I don't have an issue if you don't want somebody. You can't tell me you need me and then tell me how you're going to use. That don't work. If you tell me you need me, then I'm gonna lay down the law, the rules, and how it's gonna go. Hopefully, these things were discussed, D. I hope so. I'm gonna give him a chance. I'm gonna be positive about this hire. I don't know much about him, but I think he would do a great job with Shedeur. Let's see what he does. Lamar was out a lot. Lamar was out a lot this year. He was out a lot. He was. The Browns just don't get it. They so stuck. Yeah, that's my initial thoughts. What 11s. Maybe DG will go to Atlanta and Snoop will come back to Cleveland, do a little trade out of the third QBs. I think out of options, Cleveland had Munkin was the best option that had experience. We have to admit the good coaches want to know parts of Cleveland. I don't think it's that. I don't think they didn't want any part of Cleveland. I think Cleveland was pushing a certain structure they wanted on younger coaches. And I think the younger coaches was like, nah, if I come through the door and you get to tell me who my staff is, I can never pick my staff going forward. That's what happened to Kevin Stefanski in Atlanta. Kevin Stefanski can never pick his staff on the defensive side of the ball because he gave away that control through the gate. You set the bar with how you come in. So that's on him. As long as Monk can give Shedeur a fair opportunity, I'm good with it. We never asked for it to be given. Just be fair. That's it. I'm cool with that. What was his record when he was the OC in Cleveland in 2019? I don't even know. Let's go back to 2019. What if he turned out to be a good coach? If he turned out to be a good coach, then it's a positive. If he turned out to be a good coach, it's a positive. So if he turns out to be good, it's positive. But I'm not gonna sit up here and lie to y'all and tell y'all that I'm happy about something that I'm not really happy about. I'm not gonna be the one to do it. If I'm feeling uneasy about it, I'm gonna tell y'all I'm feeling uneasy about it. So that's just I have to function that way. I have to. Function that way. The Browns went 6-10 in 2019. Uh, 2019. That was Freddie Kitchens. So our offense was okay in 2019. Our offense was okay. That's a smart move by these younger coaches. Yeah, you don't walk through the door and let them determine. You don't let them set the rules. If they set the rules when you walk through the door, it never changes. So I agree with they've been a smart move. Munkin had winning back-to-back national championships with Georgia, 21-22, leading record-setting NFL offenses with the Baltimore Ravens. He did those things. I'm not taking away from what he did. I'm just saying what happened last year, what they could have been and what they should have been offensively, and in key moments, the offense let the team down last year. That's why the coach is not there. That's why they blew up everything. That's why they blew up everything in Baltimore. So we can go back to before last year and show how everything is rosy and everything looks good, but Go back to him last year. So, I'm happy if you feel great about Todd Monken. I'm happy. Whoever feels great about him is perfect. Me, I'm hesitant initially. The Young Guns did the cost-benefit analysis and decided to stay. Too much risk with Cleveland picking staff versus them taking more money to stay in place for a few more years. Ivy League Mac, that's it. Ivy League Mac, that is it. D, I wonder what UCSS thinks. They're probably gonna try to find a positive in it. And then they'll probably initially, I'll tell you what they'll probably do. They'll start off positive and then they'll switch to negative after like a day or two, is how they usually go. I'm right there with you, Ivy League Mac. We just need to see if he can make magic happen here. I agree. I'm not happy, but happy they finally selected a coach. Yeah, I feel uneasy. The Ravens wanted to fire him as OC. Wonder what happened. It was times, I'm telling y'all, it was times where down the stretch of games, they wouldn't stick to Derrick Henry. Look at Derrick Henry when he ran for almost 200-something yards. The game before that, he had no touches in the fourth quarter. Like, I know he did some good stuff, and on paper, it looked good, but in critical key moments last year, they dropped the ball offensively. That's why he was on the outs. That's just a fact. If we're going to pull up the positive facts about him, then we also got to bring up the facts why he is even available. UCSS is busy on their burner accounts. Ivy League Max, somebody see what's going on. Shedeur is covered in blessed. He'll be okay. And the team will be as well. D, are you uneasy because you think he won't be fair or think he creates a toxic team? I don't think he creates a toxic team. To me, my uneasiness is him from a football standpoint. I don't know how he is as a person. Like, that's why I'm watching his press conferences to, we can all get to know him as a person. My uneasiness is because in key moments of games, he made very bad decisions. That's where my uneasiness comes from. That's where it comes from. Last year, let me find the game. Schwartz to me was a last resort. Monken just a better pick between the two. Yeah, I would agree with you there, Selma, for it. I agree with you there. UCSS is all negative. I jump on there to see what they thought. None of them are happy about the hire. It's funny. Didn't they want somebody older when we was breaking them down before? Now, I don't know, man. If in 2 years he does not help, I hope they don't keep him long like they did Stefanski. I don't think they will. Yeah, D, but using that logic, Harbaugh's in NY with the $100 million contract, so the NFL don't care about the stats when they don't want to. I agree with you, but that's how teams turn over. That's why teams turn over head coaches so much. They turn over head coaches so often because they look past performance, and sometimes they look at a person's name, and then they bring up old things that you've done instead of giving young guys a chance. So. Latika says, like I always say, I don't know these folks, so I'll just wait and see. Yeah, remember, I'm not saying none of this about him as a person. I'm not saying none of this about anything with Shedeur. I'm not saying none of this about him doing how Kevin Stefanski did stuff last year. I'm talking about him as a play caller with a team that had tools that they can use. That's my issue. That's my issue. Maya, I'm just glad Kevin Stefanski is gone. That's the most important change that could have happened. Hopefully, Monken can create a more trusting environment among the head coach and players. If he could do that, I'll be happy about it. If he could do that, I'll be happy about it. I blame the defense for this. They influenced Jimmy to keep Schwartz no matter the cost. And that's another factor to it, Zedric, where say you are, let's just do a hypothetical real quick. If you are Nate Shieldhouse and they held up their entire hiring process, if they held up their entire hiring process for Nate Shieldhouse for his second interview, that means they really have a desire to hire you. But if they have a desire to hire you and they say you have to keep Jim Schwartz, and say you want to bring in Raheem Morris, who you have a relationship with from when he was with the Rams, and they say no, if Nate walks away, I'm cool with him walking away. So when you go into a situation, you set the rules early. You set them early. Will he be the offensive play caller? That's what we got to see. I want to know. The next thing I'm waiting for is, will he be the offensive play caller and who they hire as the OC? Those are the next important things. If he is the offensive play caller, I'm telling y'all, I'm just going to look at the film. I'm going to look at this film. I'm going to go back and watch the Ravens. I know some of the stuff off the top of my head about where the Ravens had issues offensively. Offensively, I know about some of the issues they had. So that's where I'm hesitant. Clearly, NFL couldn't care less about merit. Look who they have recycled in these coaching jobs. They're hiring their friends. I agree with that. That's why I say they're not good at it. The Browns should be ashamed that they always have to pick from the bottom when they get some heart and desire to change. They got a reputation. I think it will be good. He has some success and will build a winning team. Can't wait to see who his OC will be. I think that's the key hire. The Monken hire suggests that Cleveland might have had real issue landing an innovative OC if Schwartz was the head coach. Yeah, I always thought it never made sense to make Jim Schwartz the head coach and then you get a OC, because look who you're asking them to leave. You're asking Udinski to leave Jacksonville, where they just had a great year, and he can build up his name and get more experience and get paid more in Jacksonville. You're asking Shieldhouse to leave the Rams, who were a couple mistakes away from being in the Super Bowl. So why would they leave those situations to come be OC under a head coach that you clearly wanted more? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. This is the first time ever watching football to really pay attention. I'm here for Shedeur, so you're teaching me. I got you. I just got to tell y'all what it is. Let's listen to his next answer on this next question. I feel like I need a cigarette and I don't even smoke. Doggy bone? Doggy bone. I'm going to be hitting the film tonight, starting tonight. So if you're on Patreon, I got to put off some of the stuff I was going to do on Film-Wise. Thursday, I'm going to get y'all some Baltimore film. We got to start breaking down his offensive philosophy, because even if he brings in an OC, it's going to be based on his philosophies and what he wants to run as an offensive play caller. So we got to shift focus. Nobody else is looking at Monken. Nah. He's such out of left field hire that you don't know what you'll get with him. I agree with that. Ivar, is this coach Shedeur friendly? The Baltimore Ravens as an organization were Shedeur friendly. So I would say that's a plus to me, because they wanted to take him as an organization. So I'm guessing he had positive. So I haven't even got to the Shedeur things with this. Like, mine is strictly based off football. They said Jimmy got mad at Nate because he took the call to interview with the Bills. Jimmy didn't want to hire the young black dude. That's all that was. Jimmy hired his friend, somebody he felt comfortable with. Yeah, it is tough. It is tough. Let me play it.
From your perspective, what happened?
Well, like I said, I already really addressed it. He already talked about it. We didn't execute the way we'd planned.
Todd, when you look at the ground game, I mean, the numbers are odd. You're leading the league in yards per carry, but success rate and some of those aren't as good. In your mind, and understanding there's always nuance down and distance.
Sure.
What needs to happen for this running game to be more prominent and consistent, like it was, say, week 1 and all of last year?
Well, it can start by calling it more often, and stacking plays. I mean, that's, I'm going to start with calling it more often. Okay, that's a part of it. And stacking plays. I mean, you guys hit it over the weeks that I've gotten up here before, which is, okay, we're either getting to the point where we're scoring pretty fast or we're getting off the field fast. And that's not a great recipe, because you can't stack plays. The idea of being able to run the ball, stay ahead of the chains, that's a part of it. That's not deflecting. I mean, we need to be able to run it better, need to call it more often, because we got really good players back there, but we have really good players at a lot of spots. So bottom line is, we've had games where we've had some explosive runs and some where we haven't been nearly up to the level that we expect. But it's early, and I expect us to really get back on track.
So when I was telling y'all they moved away from the run too much, even last year they were asking him about that. That was his answer, from him moving away from the run too much, him needing to get back to it, and him needing to stack plays. So the reason why I feel like this is it's all football related, y'all. It's football related and philosophy. And I don't want to get another guy in here who is going to just start making the same mistakes that he made previously. So I'm trying to be open-minded, but this is why I'm hesitant. D, I'm going to give him a chance if you say so. I'm trying to give him a chance. I'm trying to, y'all. Guys, I need positivity. I can't lie. I'm having a hard time with this one. You and me both, Black Pearl. You and me both. What grade would you give this coaching search? I would give it a C. I'll give it a C because you identified some good young guys. You show seriousness. They made it into the top, the top 4 candidates, some young guys. So I'll give it a C. I think the execution of it, if you was going to go to Todd Monken, then you should have been able to identify early that you probably weren't going to take Nate Shieldhouse, and we could have got this done a week and a half earlier, and we could have start building out our team, our coaching staff. So I give it a C. That's what I got for you. I give it a C. Jim Harbaugh wanted to bring Monken to the Giants as OC. That's why they had to rush and hire him. Yeah, he basically had a stand-in OC job for the New York Giants. Them boys ready to ball next year. Now he has a Pro Bowl quarterback with Shedeur. Back to being optimistic. Maybe, just maybe, being with Harbaugh so long, the coaching winning operation rubbed off on Monken. I hope it did. Hopefully, Monken helped identify good offensive players to get during the draft. I hope so. Diaz played for the Baltimore Ravens. Now his son, Dion, played for the Baltimore Ravens. Now his son is being coached by an ex-Baltimore Raven. Full circle. A. Williams shaking my head. We might have Stefanski's philosophy on our hands. I don't know, man. I'm trying to find the words, y'all. I love that the media hates this hire. No more insider information will be spoon-fed to them. That is one thing. The media didn't have any idea who was going to be hired. So that means the leaks is not getting out. We're at 11's D, I'm riding with you. I'm just going to try to break it down from a football standpoint. We'll get to know him more. His introductory press conference will be locked in for him. We're going to see how he puts his team together. We're going to see. What can the Browns do to beat the dysfunctional organization allegations? They just got to win. If you win, nobody will call you dysfunctional. If you look at Baltimore's head coaching search, their head coaching search is probably worse than ours. And nobody calls them dysfunctional. But you got the owner calling out players. You got the GM stand after he hasn't really done a great job. Buffalo is pretty dysfunctional too, but they win, so people act like it's not happening. It's a D. You identified the guys that you couldn't finish because the owner got in the way. I'm liable to call it a F tomorrow. Yeah, I'm going to wait just a little bit longer to see how he builds out his staff. And if he's going to be the play caller, that's when I think I'll be able to give you a more fair grade. At least Monken knows how to beat our rivalries, the Ravens, Steelers, and Bengals. I wanted Stefanski fired, but Stefanski did a decent job beating the Bengals, splitting with the Ravens, and doing better with the Steelers. I don't know why those are the only teams he did better with, but I wanted him fired, but I got to give him that. It is what it is. We have no choice, so let's just see how he moves. Shedeur's a different QB than DeMar, so maybe he works better with them. Yeah, that's what we got to see. We just going to find out who he is. They had to get rid of the owner, or at least his influence, to shed a dysfunctional representation. See, I think if they just win, people would never call him dysfunctional, even if he did dysfunctional stuff. Because look at the Bills. The Bills do not seem like a organization where everything is running smoothly. But they win, so nobody say nothing. Jim Harbaugh probably said, good luck, better you than me. This is a hope season I see. A.M. Williams, that's it. That's it. That's what this is. Honestly, I don't know how they thought Nate could be head coach. He was never OC. That was a real stretch from the beginning. It's happened before. It's happened before. Jim Harbaugh was never an offensive or defensive, or let me see. John Harbaugh was never an offensive coordinator or a defensive coordinator. He was a special teams coordinator when he became a head coach. So going through the OC role is how people like to do it, but you don't have to. It's not always how it goes for success. My hope is they have a young guy to build up as an OC. Yeah, they're going to need somebody. They're going to need some balance. As long as Todd do not start Watson, we good. Charmaine just laying the rules. Cleveland will always be dysfunctional because of their toxic media. But I think the media will have to, if the Browns win 13-3 next year, the media, they can't be toxic. In the years where the Browns won, the media wasn't toxic. It hasn't been a lot of them, but they weren't toxic. I give it a B, B-. They filled the key gaps: offense, play design, QB development, play calling. This isn't flashy, but it met the need. It's early. It's early to say it met the need. I'm gonna wait to see. You might see Deshaun Watson with the Falcons and Stefanski. The Falcons didn't want him. I don't think the not being OC previously was the reason. There's clearly something special with Nate. That is why they interviewed him twice. I agree with that. How long was Monken in Baltimore? He was there the last 3 years, the last 3 seasons, if I'm not mistaken. He got there in 23, 24, 25. Yeah, he got there in 23. Let's hear his next question. Let's hear his next question.
You guys have been able to get into the right plays in terms of changing the play at the line of scrimmage. Do you feel like we've gotten into the right plays versus certain looks?
Sure. I mean, I think with any offense, you're not going to be 100%. I mean, we know that. I think our quarterbacks have done a really good job of getting us into plays against the looks that we're trying to get, that we practice against. Is every play in that category? No, it is not. But I think our quarterbacks have done a good job. I think our guys have done a good job of understanding the plan when we've gone into the week of how we plan to attack people.
There's been a lot of criticism about how it doesn't look like a Ravens team, particularly on offense. I'm sure that has something to do with the run game. Would you say you are still searching a little bit for an identity offensively?
Well, each game, to me, every game is a game within itself. I don't, after game 1, no one said that. After game 2, played a really good defense. And we struggled a little bit to run the ball and really gain some traction. Against Detroit, we had some self-inflicted on a couple series. We had twice 2nd and 3, and we went 3 and out. I mean, that's not going to get you on track. And then this last game started fast, just didn't capitalize that on the road. So I wouldn't say it as a trend. Certainly, we got to be able to run the ball better. Certainly have to be able to stack drives together and plays together. That's for sure.
Just curious when you
I'm trying to listen and give him a shot, y'all. I'm trying to, man, it's some Stefanski creeping out when he talks more. So I'm trying to just turn it off and make sure I view him through the lens of who he is and not what Kevin Stefanski's been the last 6 years. But I'm struggling a little bit. But, I want Monken and the boys to run it next year. So the coaches that did not want to come here can regret they did not. And at the beginning, I'm calling Brown Super Bowl champion in 5 years. You build it up over time. You could definitely get there. You don't even need 5 years. Look at the last 2 years. New England went 4-13. They went 4-13. So 4-13 to end the Super Bowl. I'm definitely I'm defining need as on paper. Monken has the proper background needed. There were issues last year, but LJ didn't really play last year. I got you. Okay, on paper, I can agree with you. I can agree with you, Ivy League Mac. On paper, for sure. He probably went to play golf with Jimmy and got the job. He was in Cleveland before. Yeah, 2019 when we had Freddie Kitchens. Our offense actually, it was better. Our offense was better in 2019. We might have had better offense in 2019 than I remember that we had under Stefanski. So we got to see. Dysfunctional example is firing a winning coach to hire a losing coach. Atlanta Bills for real. D, give the man a chance. Hopefully, do right by Shedeur. Crazy UCSS talking. Wow, they want Stefanski back. Just crazy. Oh my goodness, they tripping. Hey y'all, I got to be honest. We can't be like the Cleveland meeting. They did Shedeur Sanders the same way. Let's not repeat history. Yeah, I'm not trying to. I'm not trying to say he's going to be a failure. I'm just telling y'all and being honest about how and why I'm hesitant. That's what I'm trying to do. And if you notice, it's not about his age. It's not about this. My hesitancy is based on his performance and the things that he's saying that he had to do better. Because I remember in games, they would move away from the run for no reason. They could be chewing up the clock and they would get away from it. So that's not even the Shedeur thing. That's not even the if he's gonna be toxic or not toxic. I'm looking at him as a football coach. I'm looking at him as a football coach. That's what I'm looking at. So I give him a chance, but if I just told y'all that, oh, I'm just excited and over the moon about him, I'll be lying to y'all. And I'm gonna be honest to y'all, regardless. So I'm hesitant. I'm shocked by it. I'm just letting y'all know. That's all it is. You know what I'm saying? That's all I could be. I'm not gonna play a role and come up here and act like, I'm super excited for him when I'm not, or that I even thought he was gonna be a candidate. I didn't think he was a realistic candidate. I didn't even think he was a realistic candidate. So for me to then turn around and go from, I don't know if he's a realistic candidate, to be excited for him, that would be fake to me. So I just got to tell y'all what I feel. The good thing is Deion has relationships with a lot of players and coaches, so maybe Monk and Deion are cool. They are close in age. Could be a connection there. It's possible. D, maybe he learned from his mistakes. That's what I would hope. I would hope he learned. I would hope he learned from it. I hope he learned from it. UCSS wanted Stefanski back. They had that talking point ready no matter who was selected as head coach. Yeah, I don't want Stefanski back. I don't feel like that. No way. This is very simple. Let's let's do this. Let's do this. I got a poll for y'all. Let's go. All right, answer the poll for me, y'all. Answer the poll for me. The poll should be up. Tap into the poll. We might get Derrick Henry now. I don't know if you'll be able to get Derrick Henry. I think he got one. I think they gave him a little bit more money after last year, but I can't fully remember, so I might be wrong. The media in Cleveland is just wild crazy. Don't speak life, always negative. I agree with that. I'm glad Shedeur has a new coach. Hopefully he has a clean slate to develop. I agree with that. That's why I wanted to make it clear that me being hesitant was not about the circumstances of Shedeur. I don't think, coming from the Baltimore Ravens, we have an issue about if he likes or doesn't like Shedeur, because Baltimore wanted to draft him. So I'm not worried about that side. I'm going strictly football. My first instinct, football reason is that. So I'm telling y'all. But in no way am I saying I want Kevin Stefanski over Ty Monken. You could give me Ty Monken 365 days a year over Kevin Stefanski. They said that Dede shared that Monken gave a clear offensive plan. That's why he won the job. If this is the thing, our offense is our biggest need. If you're gonna turn the offense around, I don't have no issues with you. I have no issues with you. Stefanski is garbage trucks juice. Negative. For real. Can Aditi go to ATL with Stefanski? For real. Which 7% of y'all say y'all want Stefanski back? I'm going to chalk that up as fat finger error. For real. For real. D, we appreciate your authenticity of who you are on here. Authenticity. Authenticity. There we go. We appreciate your authenticity of who you are on here. We just fatigued from Kevin Stefanski mess from last year, so we were looking at it from a different perspective. We with you, D. Yeah. We are going through this. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel any way. I just got to let y'all know, be honest the same way y'all be honest with me. So it's a conversation. This is a conversation. I am open to mucking without any stanky tendencies or plays. Hey, I'm not tripping. Brent, what's going on? How you feeling? Browns are always going to Brown. Yeah, they threw me off with this one. Threw me off. On another note, folks on social saying they're boycotting the Pro Bowl. Give me a break. They were never watching in the first place. These people are insane. It's flag football people. They never were watching. It was never about the Pro Bowl. They just don't like the fact that they can't talk about Shedeur the way they wanted to. So that's all that is. D Munkin knows how to win. We can't deny that, can we? He knows how to build a winner roster. No, we can't give him all that. Detroit Gemini, we can't give him all that. The GM and who's in control of building out that roster in Baltimore, they was there way before Todd Monken. They were there way before Todd Monken. And also, he was the OC for 3 years. They were already there. they were already there. They were already there. So I will give him. He was strictly an offensive coordinator. That was an old school type situation where you got a CEO head coach who sets the culture. They set everything up, and then he was the OC. So we can give him props for having good offenses, but saying that like he built anything over there, nah, we can't give him that because their GM has been knocking the draft out the park and working well with free agent signings for a long time. So we got to give him props for what he did, but we can't give him props for stuff that he didn't do. We can't give him props for stuff he didn't do. Yeah, UCSS, they tripping. They tripping. D, you good? And we like your take. I wanted Nate Dogg too. Seems like it would have been great. I agree with that. It would have been good. It would have been real good. But yeah. Nah, he went into a stable organization that was stable already. He went into a stable already. He did some great things. Lamar Jackson should have won back-to-back MVPs with him. So I'll give him that. Why did no one else interview Monken for head coach? To me, he really wasn't in demand for a head coach opportunity. He knows what it looks like is my point. Yeah, now if you're saying does he know what it looks like, of course. I'll give you that. He knows when it looks like from being in Georgia. He knows when it looks like when he was in Baltimore. So knows what it looks like, I'm with you. But to say he built any of it, we can't say that. But he definitely knows what it looks like. He knows what a winning culture feels like. He knows what the environment is. Yes, I'm with you on those. Definitely, y'all. Hit that like button if you're here. Hit that like button if you're here. We going through it. CBS Cleveland saying they love to hire and Shedeur will lean into this style of offense. I got to look. I'm just going to break down the film and find it on my own what I think about how he wants to play offense. So that's what I got to look into. He's saying some things that I think sound good, where he was saying we got to stack the plays. Stack the plays is very important. He calls it stacking the plays. Some people call it marrying the run and the pass, or some people call it like building out what you're doing on offense. So this play you attack this play you attack this. It's the same with Nate, right? We're going off potential. I wanted Nate too, but I also see why he wasn't selected as well. Yeah, I wouldn't say Nate built. I never said Nate built the Rams. I never said he built the Rams. I never said he was responsible for their offense. It's the same way with Nate. I wanted Nate off potential. I wanted him off potential. I'm just gonna be real about it. I'm gonna give them props for what they do, and if it's not something they do, then I'm not gonna give them props for it. Marie said I had to go find out for myself and see who was talking about it. Yeah, it's hard to stay a long time over there because they like to be negative. I stand with AB and Haslam on this pick. Monken is the man. He obviously wants to smoke. He wants a job. These folks are nuts. These folks are nuts about the Pro Bowl. Has been struggling for views for years. For real. That's why I say this is gonna be the most watched. This is gonna be the most watched Pro Bowl. It's gonna be the most watched one. That's my raw reaction to Todd Monken. Todd Monken has experience. Todd Monken has been on winning organizations. Todd Monken has had good offenses. My hesitancy about Todd Monken is some of the issues that he ran into with a good offense. But I'm going to break down the film, and I'm going to give my view after I break down more film of what he did offensively, and I'll just tell y'all like it is. It'll be on Patreon, but I'll tell y'all like it is. I'll tell you if I like what he does. I'll tell you if his scheme is good. I'm breaking it down that way. And no, I don't want Kevin Stefanski back. So let's close the door on Todd Monken. We're gonna close that door right there. We're gonna close that door on Todd Monken. So
just
a good way of explaining what a good offensive play caller can do with talent, we're going to listen to Mike McDaniels. And I want you to hear what his plan is for Justin Herbert. I want y'all to hear it. Are you hosting a watch party for the Pro Bowl? I have to see. It's a Tuesday night at 8. I haven't decided yet, but I'll let you know. I'll put it out there. I'll put it out there if I end up hosting one. I'll let y'all know. All right, let's listen to Mike McDaniels. This is strictly from a play caller standpoint. He's going to make it clear. Are you going to watch the Pro Bowl? You should do a live stream. I'm thinking about it. It is the February 3rd at 8 p.m. Let me see. I'm gonna try to look it up. Cedric. Come on, D, please host the Pro Bowl. Y'all in for a Pro Bowl watch party? If you don't do a watch party, we will be so sad. All right, y'all trying to do a Pro Bowl watch party? Let's make it happen. Pro Bowl watch party it is. Let me look on my computer. The biggest thing Cleveland needed was a coach with a winning mentality. Let's sleep on it. Shedeur has a coach finally. He does have a coach. And it might change with time. After, me seeing more and looking at him more, it might change. My views might change. I'm not a person who is not open to changing my mind. There we go. Can McDaniels even pass a drug test? He talks very weird, but we're gonna flip this real quick. We're gonna go to what Zedric just sent me. It's a continuation of the conversation we were just having. So we're going to flip this real quick, and then we're going to come back. We're going to come back to McDaniels. Because McDaniels his point is not bad. But let's go here. Let's do this. This is more along the lines of, come on, Ax, what you doing? My goodness, what are you doing? I think X is having some problems, but let me pull it up. This is more along the lines of what we were just talking about. All right, let's make this bigger so we can actually see what Zedric posted. All right, there we go. All right, I'm going to read this to y'all. Real quick. An issue that came up during the Browns coaching search was that some candidates want to bring in their own staff altogether. The idea of getting married to Jim Schwartz as a DC wasn't for everyone, regardless of how great he has been. It also worked the other way around. It was unclear whether Schwartz wanted to remain DC with some of the head coach candidates Cleveland brought in. The situation was complex. So, this is kind of what I thought would be a sticking point. But now you have it coming out that was a sticking point. So this is kind of what I thought would be a sticking point. I thought that as a new coach, you don't want to set the standard as them picking who your offensive coaches are going to be, defensive coaches are going to be, and them having an issue with it. And there you go. It's coming out. So it is coming out. Shout out to Zedric for sending me that. Zedric, that's kind of what I felt. I felt that way about it. And I was like, yeah, they probably just didn't want to. You can't tell me you want me and then pick my staff for me. You got to let me pick my staff. So let's listen to Mike McDaniels real quick.
What is your view on what the offensive line is going to look like under you? And two, do you have somebody in mind for the offensive line coach?
Yeah, working through that staff process right now. But there's, definitely a targeted individuals that, we're working through to work with. I think it's paramount on, from a schematic perspective, you're trying to make sure that your quarterback is able to sustain 16, 17 games a season now. And within that, you're trying to make sure that you have a coordinated execution to keep him upright, to keep him from getting hit, to be able to have completions that are a little less or a little more low cost, that you can get the ball out quicker, tying that to scheme, being very detailed with our blockers and where our launch point is at, is something that I've always prioritized when coming up with offense in general. So I think you never stray from that. I think kind of the way that over my course of time in the National Football League, all those years were within the same system that you're kind of evolving to your individual players. But a common denominator through all of those is how to make sure that your quarterback can be healthy and not be in vulnerable position too often. Has an incredible ability to do off schedule. I think I'll be firmly coaching away from the off schedule stuff at the front end, because he can always go back to that comfort zone as you working on other things. So I think a primary focus on how to have offense without putting him in a vulnerable position will be a starting point, and we'll extrapolate from there.
This is him from yesterday, just speaking on how he wants to put it together. Based on this clip alone, there's no way Schwartz was going to report to McDaniel. I think he is super nervous when he is talking, but just a person's delivery, it won't throw me off. I can listen to the core of what they're saying. This is some of the reasons why people say they didn't want him as a head coach. But this is him showing his understanding. Because I don't think he feel comfortable talking to the media up front of everybody. I don't think he does. Even in this press conference, he's going to say, I don't got to talk to the media as much, was part of the reason. He only got to talk to the media 1 day a week. But the core of what he's saying is make things easy for the quarterback. And somebody's going to ask him to clarify. And this is similar to what Todd Monken was saying.
So that changes to the staff, offensive staff?
Yeah, we're still looking at it.
It's right after that. Let me go forward slightly. I want y'all to hear this.
And sometimes as a coach, you can, rely upon that a little too much. There's schematic ways to get, completions that maybe, all 3 quarterbacks on your roster would be capable of doing, of easier completions, kind of not putting so much. It can be taxing over time for a player to necessitate an incredible play too often to be able to score points and win football games. So you try to take.
He's breaking it down. Make easy throws. Design a scheme that any quarterback on your roster can complete it. That's the core of what he's saying. He sounded intoxicated the last time I heard him speak. That's what I mean. I was hesitant to say that because he is. I was hesitant to say it because he has had self-admitted alcohol issues in the past when he was younger as a coach, and now he is sober. And he was speaking on how long he's been sober, where he hasn't had a drink because basically older coaches on the team that he was on, I think it was in Cleveland, if I'm not mistaken, older coaches on the team pulled him to the side and was like, hey, you're going down the wrong path. So that's why I was hesitant to say it, because I know he's had alcohol problems in the past. So that's not even something I joke about, because I think it's just wrong when you know a person is, I'm not saying this is you, TK, but I know that he's had those issues. That's why I'm hesitant to bring that up with him, because it's self-admitted and he put it out there on his own. So I know people joke about that. But I know he's been through some things, so I'm not going to joke about that. I ain't going to joke about it. So with him, I think it's more nervousness when he's up there talking, but him explaining it, he's making sense. He's making a lot of sense. He's saying, make it easy for everybody. Make it easy for every quarterback. Make sure they don't have to put on a cape. Make sure they don't have to be Superman. The funny thing is, that's similar to what Todd Monken was saying. It's very similar to what Todd Monken was saying. So I'm not just completely against Todd Monken. I just want to see more. I want to see more. So, but that was a good point. That was a good point for him. Good point from him. Bless him on his sobriety journey. Yes, he's been through it. So I know a lot of people like joke and laugh about that stuff. But addiction is real. A lot of people in my family have had issues, real issues, with substance abuse and alcoholism. So I'm hesitant. It's a soft spot for me. So I'm hesitant to make those type of jokes. I'm very hesitant. So I didn't know about his past substance abuse. But really meant the times I've heard him, he was rambling and incoherent. That's why I was asking his pressure was. He has a very dry sense of humor, and I think you pair that with him being nervous being up there. He does have some bad sound bites as a head coach of Miami. He does have some bad sound bites. But just to give you a little backstory about it, that's what I would say. But that is Mike McDaniels. Basically, all coaches want to do the same thing offensively. You want your coach who is trying to make everything easier on the players that they have. And I treat addiction and substance abuse every day. This was said in seriousness. I didn't take it as a joke. That's why I just kind of paused and explained it, just to let you know my side of it. This is what you want to hear from all offensive-minded coaches. putting players in a position where they can succeed. Putting players in a position where they can succeed, not saying this is my system and fitting the players into the system. Everything is not going to be about Stefanski, but the small part is Stefanski is more of a person who wanted to fit players into his system versus creating a system around the players. So Ty Monken wants that, so I think that's a plus for Ty Monken. Mike McDaniels want that. That's a plus for Mike McDaniels. So we're going to just look at it. when it's something positive that he says, I'll be positive with him. So that's good perspective from McDaniel and good approach for Herbert. Need to make it easy for your QB. That's it. That's it. Yeah, I don't know about the 9% that wants Stefanski back. Excuse me. I'm questioning the 9% that wants Stefanski back. I'm questioning them, y'all. Question them.
But apparently, nobody wants to be coach.
We got a coach now, so that's not going to make sense. But this is going to be quick.
Voters to keep Bill Belichick.
Now let's get to the main point of the show. The main point of the show is how the same people they wanted us to believe, which is NFL writers, about Shedeur, when they're bashing Shedeur, they didn't care. They didn't come out and try to get the facts. They didn't come out and try to figure out what was going on with Shedeur. They didn't try to do none of that stuff. But now they want all the answers from the writers. They want all the answers from the writers about why Bill Belichick did not make it as a first ballot Hall of Fame coach. And I just find this funny because why weren't y'all questioning when they were going? Why weren't y'all trusting it when they were going on Shedeur and they were putting out lies and saying things that weren't truth and anonymous people? Y'all didn't have no problem with the writers then. They had no problems. They had no problems about it. I wonder if Monken will bring the QB coach with him. Yeah, I wonder how we gonna build all this staff. We're gonna wait and see. Yeah, they definitely gotta be trolling about Kevin Stefanski. What's your theories for OC? I don't even know because I gotta look at his offensive system to see who would make sense for him. I just don't know I don't know enough about his offensive system. Is there a possibility Nate Dogg can be an OC for us? I don't see it. I think that you take the leap if you're gonna be the head coach. But if you're in that high demand, you just wait until the next cycle. That's what I never thought we could get one of the top guys and bring them in as the OC. I didn't think that about Udinski. I didn't think that about Nate Shieldhouse. I just see them staying where they're at, getting a little bump because now the Rams know that people want them. Just same way with Udinski. So we just got to see where it goes. We got to see where it goes with the OC. I don't know what system he runs enough to even give you ideas of who the OC could be, though. Just be honest with you there. I hear they have someone mentoring Stefanski in Atlanta. I would be surprised by it. Players have told us several times there are a lot of coaches in various roles who don't know what they are doing. The film don't lie, so let's see what the film says. Yeah, that's what I want to look at. I want to look at the film and then see what his system is and see what type of run plays he runs. Is he a gap run guy? Is he a zone scheme guy running the ball? That's when I can give y'all more about it. I think my reservation with Monken comes from the PTSD that I have from Kevin Stefanski, but I'm going to trust the process. I'm going to trust the process going forward. That's what I'm trying to do. And even when Todd Monken said something similar to Stefanski, it just took me back to Stefanski. But I'm trying to not do that. So moving forward, I'm going to try to control me just kind of bringing everything back to Stefanski because I know that's not going to help me move forward. So I'm right there with you. Black Pearl. At least we didn't get Dayball. I hope the Titans will. Yeah, I didn't want that Brian Dayball. Y'all, I think it was me. I hit the wrong button and couldn't take it back. Y'all know I don't want Kevin back at all. Detroit Gemini said, my bad, y'all. My bad. We Detroit Gemini, we know your heart. It was a mistake. Listen to how he's talking about this with Bill Belichick.
Belichick out on his first try at enshrinement. And I organized my thoughts with another one of the cards that I stole from NBC. But again, I only used them for things like this, so it's not really stealing. First issue, and I've had concerns about the Hall of Fame voting process for years. I don't want to be a voter. They'll never offer me a spot. I've been critical of how they've done things, whether it's a standard that is amorphous and changes, different categories pop up. Remember, for the 100th anniversary of the Hall of Fame, they had this supersized class.
You don't want to be a voter. You don't like how it goes. You don't care when you don't care when the writers say write stuff bad about Shedeur, but now you care. This is the first person. This is also the same person. I pulled up Mike Florio on purpose because Mike Florio was one of the people who during draft time said, it doesn't matter if we write these people off. It doesn't matter if we get it right about these players. It doesn't matter because by the time they figure out if we were right or wrong about what we said about the players, the next year will come. And I had an issue when he said that because I was like, so y'all basically are burying guys, making them look bad in the public light when y'all don't know how good they're going to be. And then now you want to come back and have issues with the writers? You did just as bad as the writers. So we don't care, Mike Florio. That's the first one. Let's keep it moving.
First thought, Mox, was
this is more mad at how stuff went for Bill Belichick. The guy in the middle, Shedeur is trash. He's not going to be good. He was saying this before the draft. The guy in the middle. He was repeating all the stories. He was repeating all the lies about Shedeur. Now they in their feelings because of Bill Belichick. Why weren't you in your feelings to get to the truth then? Why do you care about the truth now? Why does the truth matter? Let's see what they got to say on CBS.
I was disgusted. Yeah. And that's saying a lot because I'm a Jet. And I couldn't stand Belichick and Brady, but I always respected what they meant to the game of football. And the funny thing is, Pete and Mox, our producer, Jack, called me and said, Belichick now the first ballot Hall of Fame? I thought I was on Punk, right? I thought Ashton Kutcher was about to jump out. I thought he was lying. And he was like, he didn't get the...
Were you disgusted when they made up the lies about Shedeur? Were you disgusted every single year when they bury these guys? Are you disgusted when the anonymous sources can say anything about people and nobody fact check it? Were you also disgusted then? Or are you only disgusted when it comes to Bill Belichick? It's just like the conversation we had the other day. Either you don't want any discrimination across the board, or you're okay with discrimination. Oh, you don't like discrimination by race, but discrimination by age is okay. That's what I'm getting from these people. Why are you so disgusted now? Because these are the same people that y'all quoted, the same writers that wrote the stuff about Shedeur that y'all are now mad at. Come on, man. Hey, this Bill Belichick stuff, this is their problem now. Y'all gave these people all this power. Y'all gave these people all this power to write the stories, write narratives about people, bury people before they even get a chance to get their career off the ground. Look at how many people said it was Sam Darnold, only for it to be really the Jets and the Carolina Panthers were the problem. So all these people that bury people, if you notice, none of these people want people to bring up clips of what they were saying about Sam Darnold, how he's a bust, he's trash and all this stuff. What are they saying about him now? When it was in Minnesota, they said, oh, it's because he got all the weapons. Now he's doing it in Seattle. They're not taking it back now. So if you ask me, that's your problem. It's not my fight. When we wanted to push back on the writers, they didn't have our back. They didn't come say we need journalistic integrity when they wrote all the stuff about Shedeur. So I'm going to sit this one out. I'm going to sit this one out. This is your problem. Y'all push back. Y'all fight them. I'm not fighting them for you. I'm going to be watching the Pro Bowl. I'm going to be watching the Pro Bowl. Y'all fight them about Bill Belichick not making it. That's your fight. That's your fight.
I have more
Keep
breaking
going.
news, though. Bill Belichick will not.
Pull the receipts. You got to pull the receipts. Matthew, what's going on? Happy you're here. If they compare Shedeur being a Pro Bowler to Bill one more time, it makes zero sense. There are some real Shedeur haters out there. They are obsessed with him. It's the weirdest thing ever. They doing it for clicks. They needed a Shedeur story. As soon as it was a Shedeur story, they jumped on the Shedeur story. That's what it is. And now they want to, but the thing is, it's the same people. If you didn't have no issues with them people before, don't have issues with these people now. I'm not coming here to fight this for you. This is your problem. I'm not here to save the world. When I wanted to save the world for my cause and what was wrong and them trying to push Shedeur off the league, where was all these people at? All these people was quiet. All these people was quiet. Yeah, that's why I said the guy in the middle. That's why I said the guy in the middle. It was the guy in the middle. But the guy to the right, hey, y'all sit up there with him. Y'all on the show with him. Push back on him. Fight back. I'm not gonna fight it. I was thinking the same thing. Not apples to apples, but this is the perfect example of when the organization has narrative and a point to prove, despite your accolades or talent, they will bury you. Talk to them. That's it. Pro Bowl, here we come. Yeah, it was the guy in the middle on CBS. It was the guy in the middle on CBS. He was dogging Shedeur. He was dogging Shedeur, the guy in the middle. And this is not my fight. This is their fight. This is their fight. The problem is, I said something. I always say stuff. But I said the bar is set with people you don't care about. Now, when I originally said this, I was saying it about when I originally said that, I said that about Bull talking about Deshaun Watson and nobody caring, and I was saying he crossed the line. Then they brought it up with Shedeur, and I said, you see how they still crossing the line? It's the same way here. We're supposed to care when y'all didn't push back and defend Shedeur when it was proven lies. Now we supposed to care because of Bill Belichick? Not my fight. Not my fight. Not my fight. It ain't my fight, y'all. D is disgusting to see these people choose to take a stand on, especially people. Why wasn't there outrage when they was trying to bury Shedeur Sanders before he could even get his foot in the door? Shaking my head, for real. Not this guy. He uncovered the collusion against Lamar, but talked terrible about Shedeur with his co-host. Yeah, the guy in the middle on CBS was the one who I was talking about. Mike Florio also talked trash. Mike Florio tried to stay neutral, and then he started talking trash on Shedeur too and repeating stuff when what's the quarterback's name? Chris. I can't think of his last name right now. But the person that Florio's on there with also. Florio also started to repeat the stuff about the draft because I pulled the receipts on it. They're reporting that Schwartz won't come back as DC since he didn't get the head coach job. Okay, if he is not coming back and he didn't get the DC job and they lost candidates because they wanted to keep him as DC, then I got to say this is an F. I was giving him grace saying it was a C. But if you lost good candidates that you wanted because you wanted to keep him as the DC and you lose him as the DC, I got to say that's an F. I got to say that's an F. That's an F. So when I said my grade earlier was a C, if you lose the DC and you lost good candidates for that DC, that's an F. Chris Sims, thank you. That's an F. That's an F if that's what really happened. That is a F. That is an F. D, I think Jim Schwartz is going to leave. I told you. If this is crazy. Personally, I don't think Tom Brady is the GOAT. Sorry, Bill. Not our fight. We still fighting for Shedeur. No strip for you. No strip for him. Schwartz says he's out. The Browns are a hot mess, you guys. This is crazy. Yeah, because he's still under contract. Thank y'all for saying, let me know it was Chris Sims. I couldn't remember his last name. Schwartz nasty for this. He tried to strong arm his way into head coach position. This is crazy. He is still under contract. Could they have hired Schwartz as a head coach and Munkin as OC? If that was the case, Munkin probably would have went with Harbaugh to the Giants. This is on Schwartz. He made a choice. Yeah, Schwartz is tripping if that's the case. I got some more outrage for y'all.
Not be first ballot Hall of Famer. He did not receive enough votes.
Bullshit. What?
Yeah.
Fuck Bill ain't no first ballot Hall of Famer.
Wait,
he got
what?
more chips than
What?
More chips than goddamn Frito-Lay.
Hey, you gotta wait. You gotta.
Fuck.
Wait, you gotta wait, but he's on the with the voting now. You got the players, and then you have the whatever they call it, like the elder whatever that get voted in the coach's side, like the non-players coached it. Man,
come on, bro.
I told y'all that.
He fell short 40 out of 50 votes needed for induction to.
I told y'all this year was
Bill.
we ain't gonna know
had
till
to be
next
like
week,
a coach
right?
or something that got in instead of Bill, right?
Let me find out.
We don't know
Yeah,
yet.
we don't know yet.
But I told y'all this year in the NFL was weird, man. I'm telling you. Nick Benito's a defensive player of the year finalist. He wasn't first or second team all pro.
I want
like this year with the voting or whatever, like I don't.
Yeah. Let me see. Do I have any more Bill Belichick stuff? Okay, that was the last one on Bill Belichick.
It's a big thing.
We're gonna pivot as we go through. Yeah, this is an F. I was giving him a little grace and saying that if you still get the guy you want, you kept him. But losing Jim Schwartz, if you did all this for Jim Schwartz and you lose Jim Schwartz, this is a F, y'all. This is an F. I'm changing my grade from a C. This is an F. And I'm going to pull it up on the screen. I'm just pulling it up. We got the... This is an F. This is an F. I'm changing in real time. This is an F. Let me fix this on the screen. Oh my goodness. This is nasty. This is nasty, y'all. We got a slight pivot so we can show y'all this. If you blew up your head coaching search for this guy and then he walks out on you, man, oh man. And I just was telling y'all that, you know, if the Browns start winning, they won't be considered dysfunctional. Man, I can't save you from yourself, the Browns. I cannot save y'all from yourself. If y'all blew up this search for this guy and he leaves you, all right, this is what we got, y'all. This is from Camp Justice. Browns DC Jim Schwartz is still under contract, but after being passed up for the head coach position, he expected to look for options outside of Cleveland, sources tell me. This is what Tom Pelissero says. Let me scroll down. Show more. Okay, we got it here. It's not going to let me, but y'all know it's Jim Schwartz. After the Browns informed defensive coordinator Jim Schwartz this morning they were passing him over to hire Todd Monken as head coach, Schwartz was visibly upset, said goodbyes in the building, told other coaches he's not coming back, sources tell the insiders. Schwartz is under contract, and Cleveland wants to retain him, but his future is now unclear. Y'all. Y'all. I was the one I was trying to give him a C. I had an idea of probably the reason why, but if you lost on candidates you really wanted for the DC who's going to leave and not come back, what we doing, man? What we doing? Browns, you don't want to be called dysfunctional. This is dysfunction right here. This is dysfunction. This is what this is. You torpedoed your own search. You torpedoed your own search for a guy who's not here. Like, I was trying to give you the benefit of the doubt. This is an F, y'all. This is an F. This is an F. This is an F. This is an F. Straight up F. F. This is an F. It's an F. At least Bubba is out under Todd. We got to take the wins where we can, for real. We got to take them where we can. But this don't make sense, man. This don't make sense. He is going with Stanky. It was a setup. No, because Stanky didn't get to pick his defensive coordinator. Nasty by Jim. Yeah, because you could have said it. You could have pulled your name out the running. Maybe this will make Jimmy wake up and think about your business first. Yeah, they are tripping. Chris Sims is terrible. He co-hosts with Mike Florio. Chris is the last person who should be talking. He cried like a baby when he gave the championship game away. Yeah, Chris Sims, that's off his dad name. Bad business, deep bad. This is very bad, y'all. If he leaves, this is an F. Schwartz is wrong for this. That's why Jimmy needs to think business first, not friend, for real. This head coach search is going to get AB fired. They're blaming it all on him. Now, behind closed doors, if AB was not saying we have to keep Jim Schwartz, then it's going to look like it's the owner. But this is dysfunction. I understand that people don't like when people put titles on them. I don't like when people put titles on me. But if you come out there and you limit your search because you want to keep him only for him to leave, that's dysfunction. It's nothing else we can call this. It's nothing else we can call this. Dysfunction. Why is this so hilarious? Man, I guess they give us some comic relief at the end. He was going to leave either way it went since he didn't get the job. That's it. He walked away. It's an F if Schwartz leave. It is. Oh, this is crazy, y'all. This is crazy. This is crazy. Y'all, this is a twisted reality show. They have surpassed Love and Hip Hop trash TV. For real. A hot mess. A hot mess. If they was requesting for him to stay, don't you think he knew he was not getting hired? He should have known. Or at least maybe they sold it to him and had him believe in it. So what, DC? Will Todd hire? Is the Ravens DC still available? He might, because Jesse Minter might not keep him. This is beyond crazy. This is wild. I hope the players are enjoying their off time because team leadership is a mess. It is. I'm surprised how we stayed in the league for 7 years. This is crazy. This is crazy, y'all. I didn't want to call it dysfunction. This is dysfunction. 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 Dysfunction, y'all. This is what it looks like. Even when you want to give them grace.
Oh my God! Wow! I got money.
Oh Lord, Cleveland. AB and Jimmy Haslam going to mess us up on the draft picks. Watch. They get a big fat F. This is a F. This is a F. This is an F, y'all. This is an F. They get an F grade. I was being nice. I was trying to give them a C, trying to, see how they filled out the staff, but this is an F. This is an F. It's an F. This show has taken so many turns today. Wet 11s for real. Hey, but we doing it live though. You know what I'm saying? We turning. We adjusting to what they're giving us. D, can Schwartz just walk away if he's still under contract? He can leave for a promotion. So somebody can just hire him as a defensive coordinator, make him associate head coach, and he can leave. Just like that. Just like that, he could be out. Just like that, he could be out. I wonder why they didn't hire Jim. He don't really have a track record. He don't have a track record as a good head coach. His success as a head coach wasn't there, and it was a long time ago. D, did I miss anything? What happened? So we were going over the fake outrage about Bill Belichick, and then we got news that Jim Schwartz left the building saying goodbye. He wasn't coming back. So now they blew up their whole coaching search to keep Jim Schwartz, and now Jim Schwartz is saying he's not coming back. C.A. Anderson. Jim Schwartz saying he's not coming back. So I took my grade from a C to an F on this coaching search because they blew the whole thing up. This is why if you turn down a Udinski or a Shieldhouse and you told them they couldn't pick their staff, look what happened. This is why with a coach, you got to say, hey, we would like to keep him, but you cannot do this. You cannot tell guys coming through the door, I need you, but I'm picking your staff. You can't do it. This could be a good reality show, for real. I just woke up, dialed into text to find out my grade for the PE exam, and text said F as in Frank. F as in Frank, for real. To be fair, there was only one way this could end, and it was in dramatic fashion, for real. If the Browns wanted to run the news cycle for the day, they won it today, y'all. They won it. They won it for today. You have to always separate business from friendship. I agree. While it sounds like it was a no-win situation, if you didn't hire Jim as head coach, he's out either way. And other folks said that it would be terrible if Schwartz was the head coach. So which is it? Oh my goodness. Cleveland. I didn't want Jim Schwartz as a head coach. I understood why they wanted him as a DC, but I didn't think you would blow up your whole search for the DC. And that's what they did. So Cleveland is going to Cleveland. As much as I want to say, new Browns and new Cleveland and, they're not going to do what they used to do, they go and do what they used to do. Can they call Nate back? Nate is not answering the phone call. He's sending them to voicemail, probably. He's probably sending them to voicemail because he's saying, hey, I told y'all I wanted to pick my own staff. You said I couldn't. Said this is the second time he was passed up for the Browns job. He passed up for Stefanski back in 20. Hey, man. So they didn't get no sense that he would leave if he wasn't the head coach? They didn't get no sense that if he's not going to be the head coach, he might leave? What is this, man? What is this? The Browns just being the Browns, shaking my head for real. So they could have had Nate had they known Schwartz was out if he didn't get the head coach. That's it. This is crazy. They getting the overhaul. Whoever made the decision to go Todd Monken, they're going to be the ones in the problem. Let's see. This is getting the bad weeds out. Yeah, I mean the bad seeds out. Yeah, it is, but it don't got to play out in public. They could have did this behind closed doors as gentlemen. You know what I'm saying? They could have did this behind closed doors as gentlemen. But when you put conditions on a search, you limit the pool, and if the pool has options, they don't have to just take it. If they pass him over twice, they should have known he wouldn't stay. Yeah. They need to let Jim go now. He can't stay and be disgruntled. The poor players are looking at them like they're crazy, for real. True colors shown. We now know where he stands, for real. I agree with that. And if you think Coach Prime will come to this type of dysfunction in the NFL, he'd rather stick with those young men where he can make a positive change in their lives. I agree. I don't know how they didn't know that he'd leave. Shaking my head, for real. Listen, it seems a path been made way for Shedeur. Flacco was moved, Stefanski was moved, so I'm going to trust the process and the journey. Yeah, I'm trusting the process and the journey, but this is definitely, all this don't have to come out. I guarantee you it was similar situations that happened with other teams, and it just didn't play out. The Browns, they play everything online. Let's see how media will throw 12 and then somehow they waited for that line. Episode 99 of As the World Turns. Jim probably going to the 49ers now. He going somewhere else. He said, I'm out of here. Coach Prime doesn't want to deal with these owners for real because they can mess it up. I expect to see Schwartz at ATL by next week. That's the thing. They already have their defensive coordinator because he was forced on Stefanski. I think they knew he would leave. That's why they went with Monken. He has a lot of work to do. But if they were pushing Jim Schwartz onto younger candidates, young candidates didn't want Jim Schwartz. They wanted to build out their own staff, and then you lose Jim Schwartz and you lose out. So if it was very close, if it was like we're gonna go Todd Monken because he's gonna let us keep Schwartz, or we're gonna go Todd Monken because he's gonna let us keep some Jim Schwartz, or we're gonna go Nate Shieldhouse, but he wants to build his own staff. If the thing that put Todd Monken ahead of another candidate was we get to keep Jim Schwartz and then you lose Jim Schwartz, that really means he wasn't your top choice. He was just letting you get away with it. So this a F. Analysis paralysis, but they got a backup plan. Everybody got to go. Yeah, this is crazy. This don't make sense. They can hire him in another role. He under contract. So for him to leave, he would need to get a promotion. He would need to get a promotion to go to somewhere else with 11s. So, for instance, he would have to go into Atlanta and be associate head coach, which will be hired in defensive coordinator. So I don't think he's gonna end up there, only because he's still under contract. I'm sure they knew Schwartz probably gave them an ultimatum. I don't know. I want to try to find the bright side of what they're doing, but to me, this seems like they didn't know. Seems like they didn't know. It seems like they didn't know. They didn't know. Let's get to the lighter side of things. Let's get to Shedeur. Or this could be a way to clean house. It could be the way to show it. His response, clearly the reason they didn't want him as the head coach. For real. But then that means you could have easily lost him as a DC. If he's going to respond this way, you could have moved on for him as a DC. This is why people with options, you cannot limit what they are due. You cannot limit what they are going to do. People who have options, they don't have to, they're not desperate. When a person has options, they're not desperate. So you can't go in making the rules. When I took my last corporate job, they explained the job to me. We in the interview. I'm going through it. I'm breaking it down. I'm like, okay, so this is what I need to do. I said, okay, so if I do all those things in this amount of time, how soon do I get to move into another role? I asked him in the interview. I didn't wait till I got there. I asked him directly in the interview. They made me an offer. I counter offered. This is what I want to be paid. I had options. I wanted to work there, but I had options on the table. So I didn't just have to force and take whatever you gave me. So that's what's happening. That is what's happening. The other guys got options. The other people with options can decide to turn it down. So this is an F. This is an F, y'all. It's an F. All right, let's get to Shedeur. This is Joe Hayden and Debo. This is Joe and Debo, their show. They're going to talk about the Pro Bowl, and then we're going to look at some other reactions to the Pro Bowl. And I find all of this funny now that we rode our roller coaster for the day. If he end up in GA and move into a new role, this was a setup. I agree with that.
About the Pro Bowl now, though, Debo, honestly, I don't think I'm happy. So I'm not going to knock Shedeur, but I think that people don't take the Pro Bowl, the players just don't take it as serious right now. You know what I'm saying? Like people bowing out, like all the quarterbacks. Like once you get in, I know when I first came to the league, getting into the Pro Bowl was something that I wanted to do. Huge. That was one of the biggest accomplishments, knowing that you were going to be a Pro Bowler. I remember just watching Dion, watching Champ, watching all of the dudes just going into that game and just being able to be the all-star, like the all-star game. You know what I'm saying? Like that was just something that I always wanted, and I wanted to be recognized as a Pro Bowler. I think now it's getting a little watered down, basically because just a lot of the dudes, if you don't make it, it's injuries, it's Josh Allen didn't go, it's Herbert, you know what I'm saying, Drake May, the Super Bowl players that can go, the Super Bowl team, so it kind of just gets knocked down. I think for Shedeur to be able to get in, listen, Huntley got in. Tyler Huntley got into the Pro Bowl. He only played 5 games. He threw for 658 yards, 2 touchdowns, and like 3 picks, and he still made the Pro Bowl in 2023. So if we're going to knock Shedeur for going to the Pro Bowl, we can't knock him. Like, it makes it look watered down, obviously. I'm not going to knock him. I'm happy for him that he made it. He did go out there and perform, but it just goes to show it's a lot of people that are injured. It's people, the players just aren't taking it as serious as they used to. And I think that's kind of why some people are hating, because it's like, he started 7 games, he played 8, his numbers, 1,400 yards, 7 touchdowns, 10 picks. It's nothing to, like, you know what I'm saying? It's not like, oh my goodness, like that was great numbers. But when you look at it, like all the people that bowed out, all the players that were able to go to the Pro Bowl, like, no, I'm not going to play, because it's flag football now. You know what I'm saying? It's not like it used to. The dudes aren't going out there. I haven't been watching the Pro Bowl. You know what I'm saying? Not like, it's just not what it used to be. I remember when you used to watch it, you used to love it. Like you knew you were going to get some competition. You were going to get people hitting. It was something to watch. Now it's just, the real thing is all pro. If you get AP all pro.
There you go. These people don't even watch the Pro Bowl. And the ratings prove that out. Nobody said anything about Snoop Huntley. Every time they talk about Snoop Huntley, they say he's a Pro Bowler. So when you do that, make sure you say the exact same thing about Shedeur. Make sure you say he a Pro Bowler. Make sure you say it. They say don't knock Shedeur or say congrats Shedeur, but begin to demean the honor. They all over the place. This is a pro league. What do you have? What do you have to have certain stats in order to go to the Pro Bowl? The Pro Bowl and the All Pro are different. All Pro is best at your position. Pro Bowl, it goes fans, coaches. I think it's fan, coaches, and writers all get a third. As guys get injured, it goes down the list of fan votes. It's not really about stats that much. It goes down the list of who was voted where. So as they start to go down the list, they had players who were injured or players turned it down. They don't have to announce if a player's turned it down. They don't have to announce it. So it could be players that turn it down. I'm sorry, coaches. You're right. You got me right. Not writers. My bad. Not writers. Coaches. Thank you. If players turn it down, they don't have to announce it. They go to the next player, and the NFL picks. The NFL picks. So people who are upset, you need to take your disdain and your anger directly to the NFL. The NFL picks alternates. He is an alternate. So anybody who's mad, I seen people saying it was the fans' vote. That's why he got in. That's not the reason. I seen people saying that all of the CU aunties and support is the reason. That's not the reason. They want to blame people, but go through it the right way. Go through who it is. The NFL picked him after other people said they didn't want to go. That's just it. So that's who you're mad at. That's who you're mad at. If you want to be mad at them, be mad at them. But for me, I listen to everybody call him a 5th round pick. Everybody said he was a 5th round pick. And before they said anything good, they made sure to say he was a 5th round pick. And we said, we just have to add context. Well, he's not a normal 5th round pick. What did they say? When we added context and said he wasn't a normal 5th round pick, they said he was drafted where he was drafted. He was drafted where he was drafted. That's what they told us. They told us that all year. So now, when you say 5th round pick, make sure you put that 5th round pick Pro Bowler on there. Hey, just keep that same energy you have for me. Keep that same energy they have for y'all. Keep that same energy you have for everybody. Just keep the same energy. Y'all didn't want to talk context when we talked about Shedeur starts. Y'all didn't want to talk context when we talked about the offensive line for the Browns. Y'all didn't want to talk context when we talked about they couldn't run the ball. Y'all didn't want to talk context when we talked about how many 3rd and long situations he was in. Y'all didn't want to talk context when y'all talked about how many penalties, pre-snap penalties the Browns were getting. Y'all didn't want to talk context when we talked about how Jerry Jeudy was playing dropping passes. Y'all didn't want to talk context in none of those situations. Y'all never wanted to talk context. Y'all never wanted to talk context. Miss me with the context now. Miss me with the context now. Miss me with it. These people not going to the NFL because they finally see how, or the NFL Pro Bowl because they finally see how irrelevant they really are. They're just talking media heads. The NFL can give 2 rusty nickels what media talking about, for real, as long as you're talking. Shedeur Sanders posted Todd Monken on his IG story, said he must be happy with the choice, and I feel better about this now. I think the Shedeur portion of it is good. I think he's going to be fine. I think he's going to be fine on that part. Only Cleveland media would be mad at a Browns player that was only Cleveland media will be mad that a Browns player was selected as a Pro Bowl alternate. That's a fact. That's a fact. Even Tony Grossi gave a dry congratulations. It's not hard. That's it. Mike Vick wanted Shedeur to be on the team, period. Shedeur has said that Mike Vick is one of his closest mentors. So do with that information as you may. I don't want to hear no crap about Shedeur and how he's handled himself at Cleveland. He has been treated way worse than Schwartz. Talk to him. these people have to miss me with the Pro Bowl is watered down now that Shedeur's Pro Bowl. Newsflash, it's been watered down. That's a fact. And they don't even watch it. And he even said he didn't watch it. Why are they mad at something they don't watch? Shedeur's the only rookie labeled still where he was picked. He's QB1. That's it. Dion might have a relationship with Muckin. Possibly. So that's the first one. They don't watch it. I know they don't watch it. The ratings say they don't watch it. I don't watch it every year. The last year I watched it, Myles Garrett was in the skills competition, and he messed up his toe in the skills competition. That's the last year I watched it. Denzel was there, and Njoku was there. That's the last year. But if it's players that I support that's in there, I'm going to watch it. That's all. I'm not mad if somebody watches it or don't watch it. Do what you do. Just don't tell me what to do. Let's keep it moving.
Announced a very deserving trio of Justin Herbert, Josh Allen, and Drake May. Justin Herbert, as we all know, was wearing that infinity glove on his non-throwing hand for about a month, right? Month plus. Mm-hmm. And wincing every single time he got hit, which was a lot. So Justin Herbert's not going to play. And Josh Allen, as we all heard, might need some sort of a cleanup on whatever foot aisle he's stuck on. So he's not playing. And Drake May is not going to play. Because the Pro Bowl games, the flag football game that is the culminating portion of it, it's Tuesday of Super Bowl week. Could you imagine if an NFL Super Bowl quarterback's like, okay, Tuesday, here's what we're going to do. After media day, I need my rest because I got to play flag football. Can you imagine?
Kind of fun.
By the way, of any franchise that would not want any player playing in any football game, flag, beach, or otherwise, it would be the New England Patriots, if you recall the history.
Yeah, facts. For sure.
Okay? Mm-hmm. So that ain't happening. Bo Nix had to be he had to scooter his way out of the building. Mahomes coming back from ACL. Daniel Jones coming back from an Achilles. Right? You picking up what I'm putting down right here? You know, Trevor Lawrence, thank goodness he seems to be healthy, right? Mm-hmm. We got him going. So, who's just been named as a replacement for Drake May? Shedeur Sanders.
Oh, yeah.
Has just been named as a Pro Bowl replacement. So,
they just walk you right through it. They just walk you right through why he's here, why it happened. Miss me with the mad and the anger and all that stuff. I don't care. Go cry at the sky. That's Rich Eisen.
Probably had to decline this to get the job if we were going strictly based off stats. And I mean, I could rattle off probably 10 plus names in the AFC easily that you would think get this over Shedeur. So he gets the Pro Bowl nod, but the entire question I continue to come back to is why?
Can you name the 10 people? Because this is what I hear when they say that, y'all. This is 92.3 The Fan. This is a radio station that covers the Cleveland Browns. They cover Cleveland sports. And they don't want one of their guys going to the Pro Bowl. How does that make sense, y'all? Can anybody find me the negative if you cover the Browns, another one of your players going to the Pro Bowl? Can anybody find me the negative? I smile every time I hear that Pro Bowl player, for real. You gonna say his name? Make sure you put that Pro Bowl on there. Can anybody find me the reason why it would be a negative that a player for the team that you cover goes to the Pro Bowl? What's the negative, y'all? Especially when you got other stuff going on with how Cleveland is going through the coaching search. Can anybody find me the negative? Can anybody find me the reason to be upset about this? Because I don't see it. I don't see the reason. Y'all remember that clip? What was the reason? I don't see the reason. Tony Rizzo had the same reaction as you. Hey, just make sure you put Pro Bowl on that thing. Make sure you say that. I was going to name 10 QBs because that's the position Shedeur plays. Yeah, he said, "Oh, you named 10." I'm like, "What are we doing?" If they make him the assistant head coach, then he can't go to another job. You talking about Jim Schwartz? If they make Jim Schwartz the assistant head coach, I don't really want somebody who quit on me though. You quit on me, I don't really want you back if you quit on me. So, only Cleveland media will be negative about some coverage like this. Let's keep it going. We got a couple more. Let's hear them out. Let's see what they say. Tell us why you mad.
And I have no insight. I have no reason as to why that is, other than that's a guy that brings a lot of attention to the game, might bring more eyes to the game.
Yeah, I don't think anyone cares about the Pro Bowl, including the players.
I would agree.
And I think that this selection, this is no shade thrown at Shedeur, but this selection tells me we need to be done with the Pro Bowl. Just, hey, vote on it, fine. Honor the players. You're this year's Pro Bowlers. We don't need replacements, none of that. The league's trying to squeeze more blood from the rock that is the Pro Bowl from a revenue standpoint, but now they're doing
my name. You understand me? When y'all saying my name, put some respect on it.
Put some respect on Shedeur's name. I think people are more mad that they have to put respect on Shedeur's name by calling him a Pro Bowler, and that's why they mad. It's simple. Just don't watch it. Just don't watch it. Don't tune in. Nobody says you have to watch the game. Don't tune in. Don't tune in. Don't watch it. Nobody is forcing you to watch it. Nobody is saying you got to watch it. No, don't watch. You haven't watched. You haven't watched. So don't watch. Nobody forcing you to watch it. Nobody forcing you to tune in. Nobody saying, "Oh, you got to do this, you got to do that." Don't watch it like you haven't been watching it. And Laurie, what's going on? Sorry, I did see you in the chat earlier. Laurie, what's going on? What is going on? Just don't turn it on. Nobody forcing you to watch it. Nobody's saying, it's mandatory. Nobody's saying that. So all of a sudden they understand abolishing and get rid of things. But when it's about real life impact, they're quiet. It be crickets out there. Crickets out there, Zedric. Crickets.
Broncos country, let's ride. Broncos country, let's ride.
Come to Offtharecorddee, where we gonna read your super chats. Your voice is gonna be heard.
Oh my God! Wow!
I got money.
Shout out to Shanithia. She got something to say. PSA for the haters. We don't care that Shedeur is a replacement. We don't care that it is a flag football game. We don't care who is not playing and why. Shedeur is a Pro Bowler. For the haters. For the haters. Who gonna watch this later on? For the content creators. Who gonna watch this from their burner accounts. I'm just gonna repeat what Shanithia said. PSA for the haters. We don't care that Shedeur is a replacement. We don't care that it is a flag football game. We don't care who is not playing and why. Shedeur Sanders is a Pro Bowler. So when you say 5th round pick, just make sure you put that Pro Bowler behind it. Just make sure you put that Pro Bowler behind it when you say it. That's all. That's it. I ain't saying you got to watch. I ain't saying you got to like it. I don't need no context. You didn't want context. I just want to make sure when you say that 5th round pick, make sure you put Pro Bowler behind it. Just put Pro Bowler behind it. That's it. Give him all his titles. Give him all the titles. Don't forget none of them now. Don't forget them. Give him all the titles. He didn't waste any time taking his ball and going home. I'd be okay if Schwartz said this Friday. Hey, yeah, get up out of here, man. Keep it moving. Latika, you funny. Latika cannot stand him. All the Cleveland media has a yin and yang setup. Every segment, every show has a negative Nancy. That's a fact. That's a fact. All of a sudden, I read that one, Cedric. Bingo, D. You got it. Shedeur, Shedeur Sanders. Get used to it, haters. They're going to hate me. They're going to hate me as much as I'm going to say it. Shalia, what's going on? Cleveland media is the worst. You know how everything is so absolute when it comes to Shedeur. Get him off the team. Cancel the Pro Bowl. They don't even watch. It's just pure hate, and now they have to respect Shedeur. For real. They're mad because Shedeur's internet aunties love him more than their real aunties do. Key Mathis, I always say it. They need hugs. They need hugs. They need hugs. Shedeur posted Monken on Instagram, said time to work. Interesting. He might know something we don't know. He might have heard from some Ravens players that said, hey, you can rock with him. You can rock with him. He might have heard some things that are positive. So he might have heard from him.
Oh my God! Wow!
I got money.
Shout out to Through the Fire podcast, always supporting. I'm a Packer fan, and this hire makes me feel horrible for Browns fan. I think this could be cool for Shedeur, but this hire feels completely like addiction to losing. Yeah, I'm shocked. I told you, I'm shocked. I'm a little hesitant about the hire. I'm going to try to look at it from a football lens and just try to give him as fair of a shot as I can. But I just got to tell you how I feel in the moment. That's it. They're going to make viewership so high because they can't help themselves. So I thank them for the views and letting NFL know Shedeur is that dude. For real. It's going to break a record. It's going to break the record higher than the last 7 years. I'm willing to bet any money on it. Nobody will take the bet, but I know it's going to do it. Drake May went 3-9 last year and was a replacement. They're not talking about that. They are not. They are not. Ken Carmen has to take away the Shedeur is a developmental QB now. Yes, he does. They use 12 for views, but man, they got to use Pro Bowl now. They are. They are. That's it. What I've been posting is replies on more posts that I should. Don't watch. Trevor Lawrence. How many years did it take the first rounder to get to this year's number? He's been in the league a long time. A long time. He's been there a long time. I hope not Through the Fire podcast. Yeah. Don't watch. Nobody forces you to watch. Nobody forces you to watch. Nobody does. So when I see and hear these people, this is, hey, talk to them, Cam. They just mad, y'all. They just mad. They're just mad. They're mad. Yeah, I saw that, Doggy Bone. I'm happy for Shedeur. He can work on developing a good relationship with his new coach. Hey, if he happy about it, rock with it. I think the Shedeur side is going to be fine because they wanted Shedeur in that Baltimore building, and he would have worked really closely with him. So from that side of it, I'm good. I just want to look at him from a football standpoint and see what's going on. We got more. We got more.
The only thing more embarrassing the only thing more embarrassing than this is the fact that Mike made like graphics. This is humiliating. If I were Shedeur Sanders, I would have refused. The NFL is using him to get people to watch the game.
I got a question. Everybody. Bull said the NFL is using Shedeur to watch a game. I have a question. Did the national media use Shedeur's name to get clicks and views? Did the local Cleveland media use Shedeur's name to get clicks and views? Did UCSS use Shedeur's name to get clicks and views? Did I talk about Shedeur and get more clicks and views? Did a bunch of people use Shedeur pictures to get clicks and views? So it's okay when you do it, but it's a problem when the NFL does it? What we talking about, bull? What we talking about? Y'all remember, I was breaking down something with Stephen A. Smith, and I said, I'm doing this for clicks and views too. I'm doing it for clicks and views too. I have a line that I won't cross for clicks and views. But any person, and don't let anybody tell you otherwise. Any person that puts a video on the internet, they are doing it for clicks and views. You just have to be honest about what you're doing. UCSS is for clicks and views. I heard Bull say the other day he writes down how many viewers they have in the live chat because they're doing it for clicks and views. We all doing it for clicks and views, y'all. We all are. If any person tells you that they set up a microphone, they buy streaming software, they go get a camera, they go get a light, they do any of these things, they get a backdrop, they get a desk, they get a microphone stand on an arm, they get an XLR mic, and they tell you they're not doing it for views, they are lying to you. So now it's a problem when the NFL do it for views. People's channels have 2 and 3x in subscriber count. They have 1,000x in view count. But the NFL can't do that? What are we doing, man? What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? What else you got to say?
There's no debating that he earned this. He did not earn this. Nobody with a brain knows. Everybody with a brain knows he didn't earn this. It was the same thing. I don't know why they did it with Tyler Huntley that one time because he doesn't have any fans. But that was embarrassing too. The whole.
Was it embarrassing for Drake May last year, Bull? Was it embarrassing last year, Bull? Oh, they didn't tell you. They didn't send you the research about Drake May, so you didn't know that off the top of your head because you don't really pay attention because you don't really watch the Pro Bowl.
The whole thing's a joke. Now, listen, if people are going to watch it because they want to see him, fine. I don't care. If I were him, I would have refused to let the NFL use me because it's embarrassing. The other players.
Should he refuse every single new YouTube channel that uses him? Should he refuse UCSS for their growth in using Shedeur? Or is it only the NFL? Is it only the NFL, Bull? Everybody else can do stuff. Everybody else can get clicks and views from this. Everybody else can grow their channel. Everybody else can grow their viewership. Everybody else can get additional sponsors based on Shedeur. But the NFL can't put Shedeur on the stage? Come on, Bull. You ain't making no sense.
I think a lot of players, you saw the comments from Sean Merriman about this, think it's an embarrassment. And I'm sure he said the same thing when Tyler Huntley got picked because that was an embarrassment too.
Do you know or are you guessing? Do you know or are you guessing? Which one is it? Are you guessing or do you know that Sean Marion said something about it? Did Sean Marion say anything about Drake May last year? Do you know or are you guessing?
This game, it used to matter if you made the Pro Bowl. I don't even know why they pick alternates. They're not playing a game. They should have.
That's enough, Bull. That's what Shedeur's saying. That's what Shedeur's saying. Let me play that again for you. Hey, Shedeur is happy. Shedeur was out the country, spending some time with his brother. He's living it up. He is not, he wasn't here. He didn't call the NFL and say, pick me. It's the reverse. The NFL called him. They call him. So, Bull, I got some L's for you. I got some L's for you. Because Shedeur was living his life. And if you thought this was such an embarrassment, you know what you would do? you would not respond to it. You would not talk about it. You would not report on it. You would not shed more light on it. But you want the clicks, just like the NFL. That's your problem. You want the clicks just like the NFL, man. That's all. That's all that is, man. That's all that is. You sound and look silly. You sound and look silly. Let's Plies, talk to him one more time.
You mad?
That's all it is. That's all it is. Let me see. Where did I leave off at? Now it's he didn't earn it. That's a fact. Wait, I had some up higher. Let me see. The problem is he doesn't think he does. He's being rational. Bull. Every day you look at yourself in the mirror and don't do anything about that look is humiliating. Let's not talk about that smell. When you said that, Black Pearl, I just really thought about what R Jizzle said the other day. R Jizzle almost had me in tears. He almost had me in tears. That's Coach Prime saying it's okay when you do it, but you got a problem when I do it. Foolishness. That's a fact. Now give Shedeur his 2 back and let's get to winning games. Talk to him, Detroit Gemini. Now it's he didn't earn it. They gonna move them goalposts. Bull, he earned it because he is an NFL player. That's a fact. This man is a fool. It just all you gotta do is listen to him. Listen, use their words. Listen to their words. Why would he turn it down? It's a win-win situation. His popularity sustains his brand and brings him more money. I like that a lot. Why would he turn it down? Y'all already bumped him down to the 5th round and cost him $40 million. You got to get that $40 million back. You getting that $40 million back. Oh, but Bull, you do care. He cares. You're preaching D, but the difference is at least the NFL would pay him. That's a fact. Lightning should have struck Bull at that very moment. Oh my God, this is that real privilege. I can't say that word. I am just going to say it. Shanithia is right there. Obvious and clear. D, I love you, my boy. I see you getting your piece back. It's going to be all right. Again, we walk by faith, not by sight. The Brown system just came down today. Now let's fight to grow. New Cleveland. See, Anderson, you were definitely getting to know me. They just really just threw. They just threw a wrench at everything that was playing today. They threw it off, but we back. We back. We focus. Clear thoughts. Clear view. Clear presentation. They took us on a roller coaster. We rode the roller coaster. We had our arms up. They took the pictures. We feel good. Now we back. I appreciate you, seeing Anderson. I appreciate you. Notice how they mentioned Huntley, but not Mac Jones. That's a fact. Mac Jones is more recent. Ain't nobody come to see you, Otis. Bull, you mad? He big mad. He is big mad. The embarrassment narrative is hilarious. That's some gaslighting right there. It is. I was arguing with Bull's burner account. He was going crazy. I had him on the ropes. I was laughing and poking at him the entire time. That's why I say, when y'all see me say high content creators, y'all, I'm not just saying that to say that. I'm saying that because you can clearly see the ones that watch. It's clear. You can see it. So Ivy League Mac has found the burner account. He found his burner account. Cleveland is full, offline in reboot mode. Yeah, they got to start this thing over. Now he wants to tell the NFL how to run their business. If they are still having a Pro Bowl, I'm sure it's profitable. That's like 1,000 there telling the millionaire how to make the million when you never made it. Eventually you could get there, but you can't tell that millionaire how to make the million when you never made it. Shedeur is saying, run me my money.
I got money.
Running it up. Bull is separated from reality. That's a fact. Bull, you'll be watching the Pro Bowl to see what he does, just like us. That's all he got to do is admit to it. Just admit to it. I'm gonna be watching it. We gonna be doing the live stream watch party, so we gonna be watching it. You see how easy it is to admit to what you're gonna do? It's simple. It's very, very simple. It's simple, y'all. That's all you got to do.
Oh my God! Wow!
I got money.
Shout out to Jay Howe. I appreciate you. I read your super chat before I got to say it. Shout out to Jay Howe. Accepting helps Shedeur Sanders. He already was blackballed. Imagine if he declined. And Bull seat stinks. I started reading it before I said it. Shout out to Jay Howe. Where was this fire when they put his picture up in London for the Cleveland game? Questions that need answers, Shanithia. Questions that need answers. And how many segments is Grifter Bull going to create off Shedeur at the Pro Bowl? 9,000. If he declined, they would have made a big deal about that. They would have. Remember, he didn't talk and they made a big deal about it? Come on, man. Bull, what you doing? What you doing? 12 is him. You know, one of the Cincy players at the end of the game said, thanks for following him. Needed that. I remember. He also liked the offensive lineman for the Cincinnati Bengals caught a pass and was running it. And Shedeur said, hey, I like that. Keep doing your thing. I saw that. I saw your pass you had. And the dude was so hyped. And he dapped Shedeur up again and gave him a hug. So Shedeur is choosing life. They can stay in the dark. Shedeur is choosing life. New Cleveland, Pro Bowl, Shedeur, they mad. They mad. Where's it at? Talk to him, Cam. You mad. The one thing I need to see Coach Munkin do is have high praise for Shedeur and his development. We gonna be watching him closely. Yeah, we gonna be watching him. We're gonna be watching him to see how it plays out. We're gonna be watching him. We're gonna see what it is. But the people who are coming down on Shedeur, he shouldn't take it, all those things, it's like, come on, man, what are we doing? What are we doing? I can't take these people seriously. And then to try to call out Shedeur or the NFL for using for views when everybody are, is crazy. I always tell y'all, I got a question for y'all. Out of all the content creators you watch, across any spectrum of, or across any genre is a better word, any genre, not just sports, across any genre that you watch, how many of them actually told you they do it for clicks? How many of them actually were honest with you about that? I take that approach. I'm not lying to y'all. I do it for clicks. I do it for clicks and views. I think my points are that valid that I would like more people to see them. It's not hard. The people who act like they're doing this for moral reasons and these reasons and those reasons, those are the people not being honest. They're not being honest. So if you just look across the board, that's what people do. They want to stand on a moral high ground of the way that they do things, when in this instance, we are all doing this for the same reason. None of us are doing this for a different reason. So people who say they're not doing it for that reason, they are liars and they are not being honest with you. And they're probably not being honest with themselves either. So I'm going to be honest with y'all. What's Bull's burner account? Casey, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what it is. Ivy League Mac was at his neck though, but content creators, I'm going to give you all some game. Make sure you use a different email for your burner account. Make sure you use a different email for your burner account, because when you just log out of your one account and use the same email, it's linked. So content creators, just make sure you Take the sound. Don't be lazy. Use a separate email. That's how people know you watching. Hey, don't say I didn't give you the game. Content creators, if you watch me for almost 3 hours today, I gave you the game at the end. Use that separate email. I'm back to myself. This was a roller coaster stream. We rode the waves. We put our arms up. They took a picture of us. At some points, my eyes was closed. I wasn't looking. As we went down the hill, I was like this. They caught it on camera. They got me. But we made it through. Another great stream. We're going to do a Pro Bowl stream. The Pro Bowl is February 3rd. It's Tuesday at 8 p.m., so be looking out for it. I'll set it up. We're going to do a Pro Bowl stream. We're going to do that. Pro Bowl stream. Pro Bowl stream incoming. So no stream this weekend, but watch party Pro Bowl stream. Also, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Shout out to the replay gang who tapped in. We're going to be back at this thing Friday, 10:30 Eastern Standard Time. Hopefully y'all enjoyed this thing. Hopefully y'all enjoyed this thing. They're in shambles. Who Shedeur was following on some platform? I'm not sure what your question is fully there, TK. Hi, hater. We see you. We see you. You and young couple based in ATL. That's it. We all doing it for the same thing. So if they're not willing to admit that, they're just lying to you. Well, you should do it for money. Time is money. When you go to work, you want to get paid. That's it. Talk to them. Talk to them. Can't stand those creators that change the title on their old videos about Shedeur. Yeah. They're trying to switch it up and get more views. Doggy Bone, I just got to be honest. You know what I'm saying? Ivy League Matt, he put it out there. Why CBS News talking about Monken's effect on Shedeur, not on Watson, not on Dylan? I guess they know why he was brought here. I guess he knows why. Before we end this stream, I got to do this. Let me shout out to everybody who supported the stream today. Thank y'all for riding the roller coaster with me. It's been fun. Shout out to Black Pearl. Shout out to Zedric. Shout out to Charmaine. Shout out to Shanithia. Shout out to Through the Fire Podcast. Shout out to Jay Howell. Also, shout out to Key Mathis for hitting the Cash App on the last stream. I appreciate you. I appreciate y'all. Hopefully y'all enjoyed this. Laugh at the haters. Don't let them get to you. Happy. Leave me alone. Enjoy the next couple of days. I'll catch y'all Friday morning. Peace, everybody.
Look at what I did. Look at what I started. Look how far I came, dog. I ain't have no guidance. I just did my thing, dog. I just went my hardest. And I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah, I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah. Running my check, I ran on my bag, I did what I did. Yeah. Running my check, I ran on my bag, I did what I did. Yeah. And how good they judge me, oh. But they
They're
don't
setting Dylan Gabriel up. Take the biggest L out of
Look how far I came, dog. I ain't have no guidance. I just did my thing, dog. I just went my hardest. And I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah, I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah. Running my check, I ran on my bag, I did what I did. Yeah. Running my check, I ran on my bag, I did what I did. Yeah. And how good they judge me, oh. But they don't know. Look at what I did. Look at what I started. Look how far I came, dog. I ain't had no guidance. I just did my thing, dog. I just went my hardest. And I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah, I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah. Ready my check, I ran on my bed.